So I might have to carry this torch by myself right now. I don't know if he gonna come back in or not. Um, let me see. All right, so we got some topics that I want to talk about. I actually wanted to do this joint live. As y'all can see, Lord I Can was the special guest. I don't know if he's gonna be able to come back into the live. I don't know how that's gonna work. We'll see. But it's a lot going on. I don't know how they don't know, Lord I Can. I play him on my phone every time I come on. No time for sleeping. The enemy creeping, and we can't defeat him unless we stay woke. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Matter of fact, there you go.
You can hear me?
Okay, okay, okay.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear you a little low. You're a little low. You can turn the volume up a little bit,
I'm
but I can hear
low.
you.
Let me see. Yeah, the volume is up. You
Maybe the
can't.
mic got to be close. I don't know. I can hear
Nah,
you though.
this mic ain't coming through there.
Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, they saying they can hear me now. You know what it was? I had to update it. It's because this is an update. This is a new feature, so I had to update it. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Yeah, this is weird because yeah, everybody's saying I'm good. They can hear me, but my mic is not. My audio is just coming through my phone. So I don't know how this joint gonna go. So we could, we could do the joint that I was gonna spit later. You know what I'm saying? We figured this out because we could do a private joint and figure it out and then double back. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess everybody's saying they can hear you, so I guess we could let the show
Say
go on. It's
less.
up to
Shout
you
out to
though.
everybody in the building. Yeah. So yeah, I could probably go back on my joint now that this is straightened out. And I ain't got my audio thing in. Um, so yeah, it was good though. How you?
Good, good, good. I'm just wondering why. I don't know if they hear you better than I do or what. All right, they hear you loud and clear, so that's it's all good.
Yeah, they saying they hear me, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put this back. I'm gonna go. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go back to this live real quick. Go to your live and put it back on my joint. Hold on. All right, hold on. They be claiming they apes, huh? If they really gorillas, then how come Zimmerman still walking around and ain't none of them getting them? Separation is reparations in this effing nation. Case closed, no investigations. It is what it is, no explanation. Y'all over there praying like y'all gonna be saved. We ain't one and the same. You a field nigga, he a house nigga. Me, I'm a runaway slave. I'd rather be under a grave than under a man that come from a cave. So I'm off to get guns and grenades, and now I'll be back in a couple of days. Yeah, I'm on my Django. like Jamie Foxx. Sharpshooter when I aim these shots. They like, here come the pigs. And I'm like, good, because I came for the cops. I bang on my opposition. Hip hop's been glitching since Pac's been missing. That's why none of y'all got my attention. It's repetition. I ain't gotta listen. Cause I already know what it is. Your flow gonna be flowing like his. Talking about how you're rolling the bins. I know how it starts and I know how it ends. Boy, ain't you married? How you rapping about all them hoes you got? And them clothes you rock, boy, you need to stop. Cause nigga, those ain't hot. Man, y'all tripping. Got these Chinese niggas frying y'all chicken. And that don't even look like chicken. Fuck around and it's probably a pigeon. Haas, forgive them. Because they don't know no better. They probably a Christian, a Muslim, a hoodlum. To the system, there's no difference. I don't understand it. How you blacker than me talking about you Hispanic? Spanish a language. We the same. It's just your mind's been damaged. Tú eres nadie. Tú estás fronteando. I'm from the calle. They corner like Kanye. But I'm on that shit they don't teach you in John Jay. Yeah, I'm criminal minded. You could tell I'm a don by the women I ain't with. I maneuver like Heimlich. But the pressure on the stomach come from my 9-inch. Y'all probably ain't catch it. So rewinding that part is highly suggested. I'm possessed because my women possessive. I'm blessed, and this is a blessing. You niggas gonna learn today. This is a lesson. Going to church ain't gonna get you in heaven. Nigga, your reverend's a felon. He taking your money and swelling your melon. Yeah, I'm a rebel. That's why I'm rebelling. Somebody got to say it, so I'ma tell him. Had knowledge of self since I was 11 and taught my son by the time he was 7. I'm the best man, though I'm not at your wedding. I hope them get on. They ain't got to give credit. I'm tipsy or for Nipsey. I'm a hustle until I get it. I see where y'all going. That's not where I'm heading. I'm taking a different direction. So no, we can't do a record. And just for the record, I actually feel disrespected for you even thinking. I would be shrinking down to your level. Clown, you a pebble. Trying to smell what the rock is cooking. Because you heard I set up shop in Brooklyn. But it still BX to the death of me. They got ingredients. I got the recipe. I hope you die in your sleep. That goes for all my foes that ever slept on me. Niggas stay woke. What's good? What's good, Haas?
This is what you need to
Stay
hear.
woke. This is what y'all need to hear. No time for sleeping. The enemy creeping, and we can't defeat them unless we stay woke. I'm gonna put
No time for sleeping.
man,
The
listen.
enemy creeping, and we can't defeat them unless we stay
Unless
woke.
we stay woke. Like we gonna double back because I need to spit that shit to the beat. I need to, but you know.
Yeah, it's crazy when you
I
spit it
know
to
it's
the
parts in there niggas caught that they ain't catch originally, so I'm glad I got to spit it a cappella, you know.
right.
So, you know.
Buzz Beyond,
So.
much love, Hassan. This is the early birthday gift for you to bring this live and see you 5 good. Much love and salute. Thank you for sponsoring this war. Appreciate your family. Super chat coming through. Who's
Yeah, I'm
that?
gonna need the whole $2. I'm gonna need the whole 2 of
Chris
those
Nails,
dollars though.
just sending support. Keep doing your thing. Thank you for sponsoring this war, family. Appreciate you. Jesse.
Yeah, this one was a long time
Good
coming.
live,
Long
always,
time coming.
Haas. Yeah, so we got some things to talk about, man. You know, it's a lot going on in the world, right? One of the things that caught my attention, that really caught my attention, because the red pill, thank you for sponsoring this war. There's a lot going on in the court system, whether it be with Donald Trump or Young Thug's lawyer. Like, I don't know if you up to date on Young Thug's lawyer, right? Young Thug lawyer was in contempt of court because the judge was doing something illegal inside the chambers that he excluded the lawyer from. So when the lawyer told him, "Yo, I heard about what you was doing with the witnesses back there in your chambers," the judge said to the lawyer, "How did you hear that?" He said, "I'm not telling you how I heard that. That's confidential. But you're not supposed to be doing that." So the judge going to tell Young Thug's lawyer, "I'm holding you in contempt of court, right? And you're going to jail for 20 days. So Young Thug lawyer tells the judge, okay, being that you put me in jail for 20 days, can you put me in the same cell with Young Thug? Where they do that at?
Yeah, nah, that's unheard of. I ain't never heard of anything like that. I've never heard of anything like that.
A lawyer sharing a cell with an inmate. The lawyer is sharing a cell with an inmate. Never in the history of niggerdom have I ever seen anything like that.
I know they better come out on top. If they can't get it together in that cell, I don't know what to tell you. I know if me and my lawyer was in the cell together, we coming out victorious. I tell you that much. If me and my lawyer is in the cell together, man, listen, because when I was locked up, you know what I was locked up for, because we was locked up for the same thing. My lawyer was telling me I'm a good lawyer. I'm a good lawyer. I said, listen, nigga, you ain't shit till I get out of here. As long as I'm sitting in here, I don't want to hear that. I don't care what you did for anybody else. So, but hopefully, he's doing the right thing. They in there strategizing and getting it together. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Being that you went to both of us being locked up, a lot of y'all that's watching us don't realize that
I could take
me and
these.
Lord was actually locked up at the same time, fighting our cases, trying to come home. Both of us had some real serious cases. Like, overall, just the experience for going to trial, like, what did that teach you?
Well, trial. Let me tell you how crazy it was with my case. With my case, my first offer was 15 to life, right? My second offer was like 8 and a third to 25. And then my third offer was 2 to 4. So once they offered me the 2 to 4, I already knew I was going to go to trial anyway based on the circumstances. But once they offered me the 2 to 4, I was like, this is a weak case. And everybody, every nigga in the jail was like, yo, Lord, you stupid. You better take that 2 to 4 because I had 22 months in. I was like, this place ain't for me. And based on the circumstances, I was like, nah, I'd rather take my shot. So, I sat and with my attorney and I told him I want to go through with it. He said, you want to take the stand? I took the stand. A lot of times they tell you not to take the stand, but I felt comfortable taking the stand. So when I took the stand, it was just, my family was in there. It was tough. That whole process was tough for my family, for the victim family. It was just a tough situation. But I learned a lot. I learned that the tricks they play in there, the games they play in is crazy because when I came home, that's when my son had caught that case. And I was like, yo, Mice, I want to take you, I offered to take him out to eat, to take him out to eat, just to talk to him basically about how they're gonna come at him at trial. He was like, nah, I'm good. I got Murray Richmond. And then he blew. So I tell anybody, if you know somebody who's been through the mud and they willing to drop some jewels on you, listen to them. It never hurts to just hear somebody out and let them play devil's advocate. Somebody you could trust. Because that's pretty much what it was. I was, allowing people to play devil's advocate because dudes be haters. They act like they want to see you go home, but they don't really want to see you go home. They really don't. Like, especially the dude who just got hit.
Yo, it's funny that you said that. His ego, because of his lawyer, told him, I'm good. But people don't realize, for those of you, I want y'all to know that that's the hardest case to beat in the court system. When you have somebody that's actually sitting up there saying, you robbed me, I saw you rob me, you pulled the gun out, man, y'all better think twice, because that case, the crazy part about robbery cases, I've seen dudes that look similar to the suspect, but because the police said, well, you know what? This ain't the nigga that robbed you, but he robbed like 20 other people. That's the guy that robbed you. And the witnesses will say, yeah, that's the guy. And it ain't even you. So y'all better be careful out there playing in them streets, being a stick-up kid. Because robbery cases, they put your lights out.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, any crime, anything involving a victim is tough to beat. Any crime. If somebody say you stole that from me, hey, he hit me, he tried to kill me, he tried anything, he stopped me he kidnapped me, he tried to stop anything involving a person pointing you out, because see, that's legally, there's no such thing as a crime unless there's a victim. So all that stuff when they locking dudes up for weed and gun charges, like that's another rabbit hole I don't even want to go down. But it's like a lot of things people think is a crime is not really a crime. If there's no victim, there's no crime. I don't care what nobody say. I drive every day without a license, every day, and been driving for 20-something years without a license. It's to the point where police, my name is in the system. They pull me over, they like, let him go. Like he knows something. He know what he's talking about. So pretty much, just anything.
But elaborate on that. So what's the procedures like? Because a lot of people get arrested.
Yeah.
For driving without a license.
Yeah. Well,
how do you get around that?
All right, this is you. There's a saying that go, you don't have no rights unless you assert them. So if the first thing they do when they pull you over is what? They ask you for what?
Your driver's license and registrations.
What? Okay, but what they really asking you is, where's your contract? Where's the contract you signed that said you was gonna abide by these rules of the road? So if it's like motor vehicles is not a government agency like the court system. These are not government agencies. These are businesses in the business of making money like any other business. So once you understand that, then you realize the games they playing. So it's like when they pull you over, they say, where's your license? Which is really, where's the contract? So if you don't have a contract, if I'm not contracted with you, how could you regulate me? Like, in simplest terms, like when you go to work at McDonald's, you got to sign a contract, right? To say you're going to carry yourself a certain way, you're going to deal with customers a certain way, you're going to show up on time. So if you go to work with no shirt on, then you could get reprimanded and they could fire you, because when they hired you, they made you sign an agreement, a code of conduct, right? It's the same thing with, like, if I walk in McDonald's with my shirt off, can they reprimand me? They can't do anything. All they could do is say, we don't want your business, and they're going to ask me to leave. Now, if I don't leave the establishment, that's another situation. But just having my shirt off, they can't really do nothing because I'm not contracted with them. It's the same thing with driving without a license. There's a difference between driving and traveling. I know a lot of people heard that, but it's a difference between a motor vehicle. This is the big one that a lot of people don't understand. And look it up. There's a big difference between a motor vehicle and an automobile. Legally, those are two different words, two different terminologies. A motor vehicle is not an automobile, and an automobile is not a motor vehicle. So when they stop you and they say you was operating a motor vehicle, the first thing you have to show them is that, first, I wasn't using the roads for monetary purposes. In order, you need a license to conduct business on the road. You don't need a license to get in your car, or your automobile, and go visit your grandmother. You don't need a license for that. And they can't regulate that. And when you know that, and they call it, you go on the court and you assert your rights and you stand on your square. And I tell people, all you gotta do, you gotta tell them you want to take it to trial. Because usually they're trying to give you a fine. And I'm gonna end it like this on this note. Usually they want to give you a fine. Think about this from a business point of view, from a business perspective. If Someone is trying to get you to pay a $300 fine. Remember, this is a business trying to get you to pay a $300 fine. If you say, nah, I'm not paying that, let's go to a $20,000 trial, you think they want to go to trial?
Oh, okay. So they end up throwing the case out.
They got to throw the case out. They banking on you missing the court date, or they banking on you getting tired and not showing up to court. There was a situation where I was going to court and I went in there to cop out, and the judge said, they say, oh, you copping out because you did it? I said, no, I'm copping out because I'm tired of coming to court. I was supposed to be in LA. I'm making some money, and this is messing up my flow. He was like, nah, I can't let you cop out because you need to admit guilt. Guilty is just saying I accept the charges and I'm going to pay the charges. So they need you to accept the guilt. That's why they always ask you on such and such date in the vicinity of this, did you do this and did you do that? They need you to say yes. They need you to say yes. So when I said nah, I didn't do it. I'm just tired of coming to court. He said, nah, I can't let you cop out. He adjourned it. The next court date, he dismissed it because he saw I was just gonna keep fighting it. It's a business. It's a business deal.
Okay, okay. So have they ever, like, when you was driving, have they ever decided to pull you out the car and search the car?
Let me tell you my last incident. My as I got older, I got smarter, and just let me tell you, number one, first of all, don't argue with the police. Don't get all excited with them. Don't get disrespectful with them. They people just like your people. So they just trying to do their job. A lot of them really believe they doing their job, So the last time, me and my aunt, I was fixing up my aunt's kitchen. We coming from Home Depot, and it was a checkpoint. I never stop at a checkpoint. When they say, yo, pull over to the side, I just keep going. Because they're not supposed to follow you. But in this case, the officer said, yo, pull over. I said, for what? He said, I'm gonna tell you when I pull you over. I said, nah, no thank you. And I drove off. Now my aunt looking at me like, yo, nigga, like what the hell you? My aunt was spooked out. So we driving, the police jump in the car, they throw the sirens on. They like, yo, stop. Like talking through the microphone, telling me to stop. My aunt, like, that's them behind you? I'm like, yeah, auntie, don't worry about it, because we was right around the corner from my house. So we went around the corner. I said, auntie, don't worry, I'm gonna get you to the front of your building. Don't worry, auntie, I know what I'm doing. But yo, she was looking like, yo, nephew, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, she was scared to death. I seen it in her face. So I pulled over to the front of her building, and then I put my hands on this. I turned off the car, put my hands on the dashboard, on the steering wheel, and the cop came up to the car. He said, you didn't see me? You didn't see me tell you to stop? I said, yeah, I saw you tell me to stop. I said, well, what are you stopping me for? He said, I was going to tell you. I said, but I didn't do nothing, so I don't have to stop. Do you suspect me of committing a crime? He was like, where's your license? I was like, I don't have one. He was like, it's suspended or you don't have one? I said, I don't have one. He said, you got ID? I said, yeah. Gave him my ID. Now the sergeant or whoever pulled up behind him came. Now it's 2 cop cars. So they go to the back. He asked me to come out the car. He said, yo, next time a police officer tell you to stop, you stop. I said, let me ask you something. Can I just jump in front of your car when you're driving down the block and stop you? He said, nah. I said, no, right? I said, so what gives you the right to just stop me? Did you suspect me of committing a crime? I don't have to stop. I don't have, like, can you driving down the block, can I just jump in front of your car and say, yo, stop, where you going? Pull over. Can I do that to you?
Nope.
So then why can they do it to me? Why can they do it to us? They do it to us because we allow it and we don't know no better. Like, and I'm not saying, like, this is years of studying. Like, and you got to know how to defend that when you get in court, or they just gonna just throw you all around the place and do what they want to do with you. So, but
how do you handle that when you got a suspended license?
Well, a suspended license means it is my right to travel. Rights, a driver's license is a privilege. So if your privilege is suspended, then that means you can't use that privilege anymore. That means you can't use the road for monetary purposes. So you can't be a truck driver. You can't be a bus driver. You can't be an Uber driver. You can't be a delivery driver. You can't do no driving for monetary purposes because your driving privileges are suspended. But does that mean you can't get in the house and go pick up your kid and take them to the park? That's not what that means. You understand what I'm saying? So when your license is suspended, you have to take that opportunity to assert your rights and let them know I wasn't driving an automobile, I was traveling in a motor vehicle. And you just stand on it. If you don't really know what to say after that, you better study. But if you don't really know what to say after that, then just say that and just every time they say something, just say the same thing. I was traveling in a motor in an automobile. I wasn't driving a motor vehicle. Because when you look up the legal definition, and anybody, real quick, anybody that want the Black Laws Dictionary, I got a PDF version of the Black Laws Dictionary that I'm giving to anybody who want it. It's free game. I'm not charging nobody nothing for it. All you got to do is go to my my Instagram page, Litbox TV. You gotta follow me, and then you send me a message and say, send me the Black Laws Dictionary, and I send it to you. It's just like that, because we all need to be aware game. And it's that Black Laws Dictionary. You look up motor vehicle, Google motor vehicle, it's gonna come up this much stuff. Google motor vehicle in the Black Laws Dictionary, it's about this much wording. It's different. It's legalese. It's the stuff they use in the court system. So, you just got to be up on that if you want to, be on that side of the fence. If you could get a license and everything is good, then everything is good. But for those who can't, due to certain circumstances, you got to do what you got to do.
So this situation with Trump, have you ever seen, like, we can't vote with a felony, but this dude got 40 different charges of felony charges, got convicted, and he's still running for president. Like, what's your take on that? Because I'm still, I don't understand it. It's like, am I slow? Am I dumb? Am I not comprehending? Like, what are we looking at?
This is a clear indication. If you didn't know, or you was in any shape, any doubt, if you had any doubt for any reason, now you know that they did what applies to us don't apply to them. Okay, and they showing that right in our face right now. But I tell you this, I want Trump to win. Okay, I really do. I want him to win for a few reasons. I want him to win because if he wins, or when he wins, then we need the people who call themselves activists and out here trying to advocate need to start making sure that everybody with a felony can now get a post office job, could work where they couldn't work before because they had a felony. How is this man holding the biggest position in America? He's the president of the United States. How could he have felonies and be the president? But I got a felony and I can't work in the mailroom. I can't work in the post office. You understand what I'm saying? I can't get a gun license. I can't do certain things. Like, I would really like to see how that's gonna play out after the fact. Because we live in a country where, a bunch of people get in the room and start telling the masses what they can and can't do. So I really want to see how these so-called activists who's for the people really stand up and fight for the people. Because if you do the crime, you do your time, then you should be able to come out and get your life together. But they always throwing hurdles in somebody's face, and using that felony against you. You can't even. This is the crazy part. If you got a felony, you can't even vote. So how you gonna be the president with felonies, but I got a felony and I can't even vote? That's insane. That don't even make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like that just don't make no sense.
What's even worse about the situation is that, okay, so now our politicians admitted that Venezuela and other places released all their prisoners and they came over the border here. Now, these same people, military age men that came over the border, they passed a law where these dudes can get a gun license. So criminals in other countries
Yeah.
is coming right over here and getting guns, and now they also joining the army and the police force over us.
I mean, that whole immigration thing, when you really unpack it, see, this is the thing. When you understand what this country is a business, it's no different than any other corporation in the business of making money. America is a corporation. It's incorporated like AT&T. It's incorporated like Tesla. It's incorporated like any other company. That's why. But this is why. Check this out. The president, right? The president of the United States. Let me ask you something. Do you care who the president of AT&T is?
No,
Why?
because I have no interest in AT&T.
Because you don't work for AT&T. Like, so why should you care who the president of a corporation that you're not even affiliated with? Okay, so we supposed to be Americans. The president is the president of the corporation called America. It's a business in the business of making money like any other business. So when they open these borders, think about it. If you have somebody who's gonna do the work for less, or people who've been here longer that wants more, you're gonna start opening the borders to let these people in that's willing to take less for the same jobs that everybody else is saying, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I need more money. Oh, you need more money? Well, rather than give you money, I could hire 3 people for the price of you. Like all these construction companies and all of that, they got the Ecuadorians, they got the Mexicans, like and most of those companies is owned by Italians. Okay, and then they take these other people, bring them in. They got no license, they got nothing. They building up everything, and they banking off of it, so they don't have to hire us. You go to any of these construction sites, and that's all you see for the most part. And that's why the people, what you call it, those people that used to ride around and force people to give them the jobs. You remember, you know what that's what was that called? The people that used to ride around and force the construction sites to hire people.
The the union,
The union, but the I forgot what it was called. It was
the
called something.
coalition,
The coalition.
the coalition.
Yes. How they used to run around because they knew we wouldn't get those jobs if they didn't go down there and advocate for us, because they was getting 3 people for the price of 1. Who wouldn't do that? It's business. This country is all
Right.
business. It's all business. And once you understand that, then you'll conduct everything like it's a business. Your relationship, the people you deal with, everything, you'll conduct it like a business.
So I'm noticing now that these politicians are getting in bed with these rappers. How you feel about that?
I mean, it's business. It's back to business. It's business. They both. There's no favors in business. Business got to be good for both people. There's no favors in business. If you doing some business with somebody and you doing them a favor, then that's not good business. There's no favors in business. I should be getting something out of it. You should be getting something out of it. And so if the rappers feel like they're gonna get a broader audience for dealing with a political person, and that's the game they want to play, it's just business. It's just, and because like the Chef G and Trump, they both using each other. Like Trump want he want hood credit, and Chef G want good credit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's they both pretty much trying to
But
come up
what does
off
that
each
say
other.
about us as a people when our leadership is so piss poor that in front of our eyes they would go, I can't even say skip past our leaders, because for the first time in history, we have no leaders. We have absolutely, especially after this charade of Black Lives Matter and them running away with $90 million and running it off into the sunset, and now we just don't see nothing, no peak, no nothing. And it's like now the only thing that we have left is politicians sitting down. First of all, I think it's like what the governor said, whatever her name is, Christie, whatever. She said basically we so dumb that kids in the Bronx don't even know how to use a computer.
Yeah, nah, that was just silly. Like I
But you know
see
what
that.
though?
That was silly.
I love Chef G, but I feel like for them to have played a news clipping, even though he's innocent until proven guilty of all of those shootings and the charges that he's being charged with, and then you got a presidential candidate that's gonna go put him on the forefront in front of the TV, in front of the world. For me, I think that Black people in America is in the most embarrassing state that we've ever been in the history of America. Because shout out to Chef G, but you can't represent us or stand in the forefront for us. And when we allow that, or you were selected to do that, they just called us the dumbest people on this planet. And like Malcolm X said it clear. He said, you do not see white people going to select actors and singers. He said, those are not our leaders, those are puppets. And that's coming from one of the greatest, leaders that we had. And he warned us of that in his time, that that's the same trick and the
But
same bag that they was
this the
using.
whole. I don't look at them dudes like that. I don't look at them as like I never even listened to a Chef G record. He ain't my leader. Like I'm just keeping it real with you. I don't know one of his songs. I couldn't quote not one lyric from him. All I heard was son is lit. And that's it. I said, who's that? Somebody said Chef G. I said, I don't know. He just keeps saying it's lit. It's lit. It's lit. I don't know nothing about that dude. He's not my leader. And you know my saying, the revolution will not be televised because the revolution is individualized. The problem is never more important than the solution. You are, I am the revolution. I'm not looking for no savior. Okay? I'm not looking for nobody to save me. I'm educating myself. I'm educating my children. The best way to start a revolution is to change your own mind. Period. Period. And that's just how it goes. I'm not looking for nobody to come swoop in and save me. I'm not looking for nobody to rise from the dead and come take me out of my misery. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna figure it out, and I want to figure it out with the people that I mess with. I feel like
So you said you ain't waiting for Jesus? You ain't waiting for the second
I didn't
coming of
want to say it
Christ?
like that. I didn't want to put it. I didn't want to put it out there like that. But I'm not. I'm just really not. I'm not waiting for nobody to say this. Listen, a field nigga, a house nigga, the runaway slave. Okay, that's why I specifically call myself the runaway slave. I'm not gonna play these field nigga games, and I'm not gonna play these house nigga games with you. I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna figure it out. And if you're running, let's go. If you're not, you stay behind. I don't got no time to be worrying about what the field niggas and the house niggas is doing. All I care about is the people on the Underground Railroad with me trying to escape this hell we living in. Period. And that's all I really care about. I don't really get caught up in I call it negativity, the activity of niggas anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into the negativity. I'm just not. Like I'm trying to hang with, people who really got like my closest friends really got it going on, like business wise, So I don't really, you know, like if Biggie said, I got 838s, 9.9s, 10 Mac 10s, the shit never ends. I remember dude said Biggie had all those guns. I said, man, if you believe all this stuff these dudes be saying, man, I'm not saying Biggie ain't had no guns, but all those guns, come on, what a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. If you believe this stuff these people be talking, then shame on you because you're a grown man. Or if it's your children, shame on you because you didn't teach your children how not to believe in these dudes. Like, that's it. And everybody, this is the thing. We have to stop throwing stones at each other because I listen to AM radio, right? I listen to Joe Casmatidi, what is this? Rudy Giuliani, Bill O'Reilly, what is this? All these people on AM radio. All them white people on AM radio do is talk trash about other white people. That's all they do. The Asians talk about the Asians. You're not around them, so you don't know that. But the Russians is talking about the Russians. You understand what I'm saying? The Jews are getting over on the Jews, going crazy. The only thing different from us than them is we are airing each other out on social media. That is the only difference. That is the only difference. That's why people are dumb enough to think that the black man is the biggest deadbeat in this country. Okay? Because because our women are the only one that's putting it out there like that and complaining and saying that. There's only 50 million black people in America. There's 300 million white people in America. Okay? There's over 50 million deadbeat white dudes. Every time you see some white boy and some he talk, I grew up without my father, I grew up without, but you don't hear the women coming out saying that. So it's just like we gotta stop acting like like we can't like we
Putting
can,
the spotlight on our shit.
no, it's okay though. But it's okay to come at each other and check each other. We got to stop acting like that's self-hate. It's not self-hate. If I'm checking some ignorance, I'm checking some ignorance. It's not. You just so happen to be black. If I was dealing with a white dude and he did this, I'd check him the same way. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like we got to kind of snap out of that. Like, I don't know. Like we be, you scroll social media, you got, the male against the female, the this gang against that gang, and it's just too much. It's just is I don't know. Like I don't know.
Yo, how you feel about the state of hip hop?
I ain't gonna lie. Earlier, my daughter was here. I was like, get it sexy, get it sexy. Yo, no, but listen. I like, listen. You remember when we was doing dances like this and little dances thinking we killing it. And you see the dances now, like they really dancing now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, like they doing what they doing what they do. Like I like Glorilla. I don't listen to it, but when I'm around it and I hear it, like I'm not throwing it on in my crib, but I listen to Sexy Red. But my daughter, she's not. My daughter don't listen to them. Like when I'm in the house, my kids is not playing that. They don't vibrate on that frequency. You understand what I'm saying? But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. Like I feel like it's not balanced enough though. The music is definitely not is Lord. It's all balance. There's always been some type of balance.
See, my whole thing is like this, right? I'm listening to the pioneers and a lot of the dudes that's been nice. Nobody wants to release music because they're afraid of flopping, because now that you can download music, nobody's buying music. So the game has been rigged. And I feel like the most creative music came from when niggas wasn't getting a dollar anyway. That's what created where we at right now today in the music game. In the beginning, niggas wasn't getting no money. Niggas wasn't getting paid. I remember when Method Man just said in an interview a couple of years ago that the nigga said that he said, when I was coming up in the game, I never rode on a private jet. Now you got all these little niggas that's independent. They didn't even have deals yet, riding on private jets. So if nobody's going in the studio saying, yo, you know what? I'm gonna release this banger right now and shake the streets up, how are we gonna get the good dope music back? Because the reality of it is, it got to the point to where that I had to stop listening to music because there's no creativity in the music no more.
It's
And then
not.
the sad part about it is like, yo, at least at one point in time we could get in the car. Now you driving with your kids, we in our 40s creeping up on our 50s. Some of the shit that they playing, I can't play in my house around my kids. We can't even have fun with the music no more. What are we doing?
I mean, but it was, like it's. I don't know. Like I said, it's just not balanced enough. I feel if it was more balanced, but what I do feel about music, I feel like right now the music industry. You remember how back when they didn't really lock women up like that, and then they started locking women up like that.
Right.
It's the same thing with hip hop now. Hip hop was directed to disrupt young black men. Now it's being used to disrupt young females, like young black females. It's turning them. It's like, because it's kind of like, as someone who went through it, like I remember going to Def Jam and taking them a record, and Kevin Loud's going, "Yo, this is a hit. This is a hit, but we, this the no, this record is dope. This is fire, but we need a hit." So I'm like, all right, cool. I come back, I bring him another record. He go, "Yo, I can't front. You did your thing. This is a hit, but I need a smash hit. Like these like, so I'm looking at this nigga like what type of games are you playing? Like, it's just because when they do stuff like that, that's just like, it's like the algorithms on YouTube. When you post positive stuff, you don't get a response. When I post negative stuff talking about women and degrading them, or say something in conflict of something, then it's going to hit the algorithms and they're going to push that. So if a person is not smart enough, and then they'll start making more of what they get views for, and then you actually turn into what the system wants you to be. You're no longer yourself, and you don't even realize it. You're giving them a little of who you are and a lot of who you're not. You understand? So it's a lot of that going on social media. It's a lot of pandering. Dudes are just making stuff because that's what the algorithms is pushing. So, dude, these people are out here making songs because that's what the record labels are pushing. This is what they want to push because they still have their agenda. Okay, and their agenda, like, they need us in conflict. If we're not in conflict, then they don't make any money, because they make money off of us being in conflict with each other. So that's what this music is doing. Like, these chicks, it's crazy because women nowadays are turning. Back in the days, if a man had a woman, there was a lot of women that'd be like, "Nah, I'm good." Very small few women would still mess with him, but a lot of women would be like, I ain't no home wrecker. Now it's like the tables are turning and the music is changing and the chicks is talking crazy to the dudes, and now the dudes is becoming like home wreckers. Like these dudes is really messing with a chick who got a man. Like, how you really like that's just crazy to me. Like, I'm not messing with no female who got a man. If you got a man, when I meet a woman and she say I got a man, I say good luck with that. Period. I'm not one of those what he got to do with me and all. No, I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying? So I think hip hop is turning, you know, like these dudes don't even write love songs no more. Like nobody love nobody. Nobody love nobody no more. Like y'all don't love the women anymore. Like what is going on? And then they talk all this, yeah, I passed the chick around. I passed the chick around. Stop lying, because you be cuffing these hoes. You get them and you don't want nobody with them, and you get in your feelings when anybody look at them or breathe on them too much. So I don't know what's up with this pretentious music these people making. I just feel like they're not being themselves. I always wanted to do music because I wanted a voice, and I felt like I had something to say. And it wasn't just shoot 'em up, bang bang. I'm gonna sleep with your girl. But it's a little bit of that. I got some of that because I've been there. Like I said, it's balance. It's like standing on one leg all day. It's just like they standing on one leg all day, and it's not really balancing out. So
You know what I be trying to figure out? That I seen a video earlier, right? And I know Lord don't really like to get into the bullshit, so I ain't gonna name no names. But I saw a video with a bunch of 40 and 50-year-old rappers standing in front of the bodega rapping some awfully bullshit. And I'm like, yo, why? I just don't understand why niggas with money do some shit that niggas with money do in your video. Can we have that? Like, why niggas keep trying to sell a hood? Nigga, you got bread. Your bread is up a little something. Show us something different. Stop selling me the street corner. Nigga, we all came from that. Niggas be acting like it's a prize or you need a trophy to go outside in the hood. Nigga, we was all birthed in that shit. Why y'all keep selling the hood when y'all made it out of the hood? This shit, it irritates me. When you got money and you made it already, or you fronting like you made it already, because you running around with $1 million worth of fake jewelry on, why not shoot a video on Miami Beach on some jet skis or on the inside of a nightclub where it looked lavish and it just looked dope? Why y'all keep going back to them dusty ass corners where niggas is taking a piss right
because
in between the fucking gates? Like,
that's
come
their
on, man.
comfort zone. That's their comfort zone. That's what that's what's been working for them. And like, so people gonna do what works for them. Like I like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to hear Jay-Z I want to hear Jay-Z in 5 more years. I want to hear Jay-Z at 70 years old. I want to hear what he rapping, because he's an elevated. I don't feel like there's no age. Like there's no age on art. If you like to draw, if you like to dance, if you 70 years old and you can still dance, then dance. If you 70 years old and you can still draw, then draw. If you 70 years old and you can still rap, then rap. But your rap should kind of evolve. Like your mind should kind of evolve. But at the end of the day, some people, there's 50-year-old dudes out there on the corner still on the street. That's fine. Like that's what
Jay-Z would never, ever, you would never catch Jay-Z standing outside with 50 niggas at 50 something years old,
no, you
doing
wouldn't.
what these other 50-year-old niggas is doing. I'm not talking. See, this is my thing, right? If you already 50 and you've been in the hood and you've been broke your whole life, you excluded. I'm not mad at you because you never made it out of the hood. I hate to see rich niggas doing poor nigga shit, but they won't. They like, these niggas are celebrating failure. Don't teach the youth. If you made it, show niggas like, if you show somebody something, like, for example, right, when we came home from jail, When I seen Eric buy his first house, then the nigga turned around and bought his second house. I knew I was getting me a house because I knew if my brother could do it, I could do it. All I had to do was hustle, stack bread, and put my mind to it. When you keep showing people poverty and pain, they they can't escape it because they haven't been shown the path to get out of it. And these celebrities refuse to show us. Like I used to love MTV Cribs. It made you want a crib. These niggas make you want they making you want the corner store. I don't want the bodega. I'm sorry. That same corner store that they keep showing you is the same corner store that somebody dying at in front of every other night. Like, stop selling that shit to the hood.
Yeah, no, I get that part. I get that part. It's just,
On top of the fact that, see, the one thing I like about you is that some of these people don't know you like I know you. When I see Lord Akim, I see Lord daughter and son and a proud father. These niggas don't share their kids on social media or want you to see that they actually got children. And even still, my whole thing is like I always say, if you always outside, I'm outside. Well, nigga, if you always outside, who's with your kids? When do you ever have time to spend with your kids if you always with your niggas?
I mean, that's like I said, it's. I feel like it's just that's just what it's come to with, for some people. But like I said, I don't get into that. I don't hang on the corner no more. I don't do that stuff. I don't hang on nobody block. Okay, I just don't. I got better things to do with my time. You understand? But
You got what?
huh? I
You
got
said
better
you
things.
got what?
I got better things to do with my time.
You got better things to do with your time. Exactly.
I got
So
better things to do with my time.
why niggas be trying to sit up there and say you don't come outside, you be hiding in the house?
All right, hold on. Hold on. Let me give you this, right? All right, we get ready to get deep. We've been tiptoeing a little bit right now, but let's get deep, right? I call it, what I'm about to give y'all is the caveman's guide to surviving the dinosaur, right? So the system, pay attention, people. The system is like a dinosaur. The people, especially the people in the hood, we are like cavemen. This is an analogy, and I want y'all to understand why they promote and pump this and why it's bad to be yelling, "We outside." And I can't stand that slogan. I don't like when grown men say it. It's a young man's slogan because the only reason you should be outside is when you got a purpose to be outside. You shouldn't just be outside and idling outside, standing on the corner. That's like a caveman coming out the cave, knowing there's a bunch of dinosaurs around ready to stomp on him at any given time. Okay? So when you leave the cave, which is your house, every time you leave the cave, you increase your chances of getting stomped out by the dinosaur. Okay? That's just the facts. Now, there's some dinosaurs that's not even meat eaters. They were carnivores, right? But those dinosaurs are still so big that if they bump into you by accident, they'll still kill you. Okay? I.e., these racist white people. You understand what I'm saying? So now you got things out there that's trying to snuff out your life. That's the reality of it. And it's not just your own people, it's the police. It's a stray bullet. It could be anything. So every time you go out your house with no purpose, then whether you got a purpose or not, you're still increasing your chances of getting stomped out. So that's why when you see, when we move out here, we should be moving as a unit, okay? Because we should be watching out for the dinosaurs. It's like a block. It's like a cartel running the block. One person on the roof, person over here. Oh, he giving signals. He doing this. He's warning people who's coming and what's this. So for you to just be out there and not know who's coming and when it's coming, it's crazy. So I hate that slogan, we outside. I like it for young people. I like when the young people go, we outside. I go, oh yeah, these little young kids, they having fun. But a grown ass man saying we outside is that's not
What you just said
it's not
is
smart.
deep. You got to rewind it back. Like when we go outside, the dinosaurs is outside.
The
So when we
dinosaurs are
go outside, where is the lookout?
Yeah.
It's crazy because when we go outside, there's cameras on every corner to watch our every move. But who's watching those who are watching us?
Mm-hmm.
Who's keeping an eye on them? It's safe to say it ain't safe outside. And see, this is why I be getting so mad at the women. Stop sending your kids outside to get them out of your hair. When us men go outside, when we together, we leave each other. As soon as we get in the crib, we hitting each other. You made it in the house? I ain't in the house. Don't go back outside. And I want y'all people that's watching me and Lord to understand. We was dudes that went to jail at early years for homicide cases, fighting for the rest of our life. We was tough. We fought in jail. We was tough. When we go home, we call each other to say, yo, you in the house? I stay in the house. So how you females feel comfortable with your daughters and sons outside and they only 18 and 19 years old in the jungle where there's dinosaurs outside?
And see, look at this. This is, let me elaborate a little more on that. The dinosaurs is the system. And that's why I don't like these fake activists who run out there acting like they're attacking the dinosaurs. Okay, which is a system. Because a dinosaur, if 100,000 of us came outside right now and a T-Rex came and one swoop of the foot, it'll kill all 100,000 of us. Okay, so I teach my children. I used to be that dude. Yo, we gotta take down the system and we gotta destroy the system. That is foolish thinking. Trust me. We don't, as black people, we do not have to stop racist people from being racist. We cannot ever stop a dinosaur from being a dinosaur. No marching you do, no protesting you ever do will stop a dinosaur from being a dinosaur. It's in a dinosaur's nature to do what dinosaurs do. Okay? It's in a racist person nature to do what racist people do. The same way we traumatized over past slavery, what do you think the slave masters are feeling after that? Their ancestors, their predecessors, their children, what do you think their family is feeling? You think they, if DNA, if trauma is in our DNA, then what's in the slave master's DNA?
Superiority.
Okay. So there's people who still feel like that. There's dinosaurs out here. Okay. So I tell my children, we don't have to try to destroy the system. We don't have to kill a dinosaur because guess what? The hardest place for the dinosaur to get you is where?
In the cave.
In the cave. Okay? In the cave. So now, if I don't have to go out there looking to kill, stop, to end racism, white supremacy. All I have to do is figure out a way to not allow it to take advantage of me. If someone is trying to kill me, I don't have to go out there and kill them. All I have to do is stop them from being able to kill me, and mission accomplished. Okay? Mission accomplished. If someone's trying to kill me, I don't have to go out there and kill them. If I live the rest of my life preventing them from killing me, did I not succeed?
Yep, you did.
I succeeded. So all of that taking down the system, we don't need to take down the system. We need to create our own systems to combat those systems. Okay, we need to learn how to come out in these streets. You see how they always say we need to pull our votes together and do all of this? Yeah, all of that is good in a sense, but rather than just pulling votes, we need to implement systems. Everything is operated on a system. The system of racism, white supremacy, the welfare system, the criminal justice system. Everything is systematic. And until we start getting systematic, we're going to continue to lose because we're playing with a system. And we haven't developed a system to get the system off of us. I got a system to keep the system off of me. Understand? And I try to teach people this system because I can't fight it for you. See, this is the thing. We don't really, and this is why we don't really need leaders, so-called. We need coaches. We need people with experience. We need dudes like that with courage, like dudes that's gonna really keep it real with us. But we don't need leaders because, and this is why I teach people how to go into court, but I don't go into court for them. Because if I start fighting your fight, all they're gonna do is kill me, and then the fight is over. The fight is over because they know
Malcolm X,
you ain't got to
Martin
fight
Luther
it.
King.
You ain't got to fight. There you go. We're gonna kill him because he's the leader. If there is no leader, if everyone's leader, if we all taking the lead based on who's the leader of racism, white supremacy? Who's their leader? There is no
All of
leader.
them.
All of them. All the racist people play their part in the system of racism, white supremacy. There is no one leader. There's somebody with more clout, a little more famous than the other, but there's no leader that all these white people just listen to. And it's a new way of racism. That's why when Donald, Silver, the dude who owned the basketball team, called Magic Johnson the N-word and all of that, when he did all of that, how they reprimanded him, because the new code and the system of racism says we're not supposed to call them niggas anymore. You're showing our hand. And we don't like white people, racist white people that show their hand, because we're supposed to pretend we're not like that anymore. So when you do stuff like that, you're showing them that we're still like that. And we are still like that. But we're not supposed to show them we're like that. We're supposed to just show them when they come to the bank to get a loan that it's like that. It's subtle. It's subtle racism now. It's not the same old hunting nigga. Don't get it twisted. A lot of these police officers, they'll still hunt you down and try to kill you and do all of this stuff because they got it in them. I got beat up by police officers when I was 15 years old, being outside at 2 a.m, doing absolutely nothing but being outside. Guess what? Waiting for 15 dinosaurs to come stomp me and my friends out. You think I want my son outside waiting for some racist white police officers with their 5 little new rookies showing them the ropes on how to come into the hood and beat some niggas up? I experienced that. That's real to me. That's a real life experience to me. So like I didn't, but in defense of the people not wanting to show their children, the celebrities, I remember my brother was with my mother one day on Fordham Road, and some dude came up to him and said, "Yo, what's up?" And my mother said, "Oh, you ain't gonna introduce me? I'm his mother." My brother flipped out. How you know I want them to know you my mother? Suppose I got beef with them. Like, suppose I got issues with them. Like, what's going? So, when celebrities don't really want to show their children and you in the limelight, I kind of get it. But don't, like.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Because there's one thing that I want to touch on with Diddy that I thought about, and I had a conversation. Diddy's baby mom's, his ex-wife, what's her name again? Kim Porter. What pisses me off about the Kim Porter situation.
Hold on. Hold this thought real quick, Hassan. Hold on. Let me just say this. There is no race baiting. Let's not act like there's not racist people out here. All white people are not racist, okay? But let's not act like there's not racist people out here, because it is. It ain't no race baiting. I hate when somebody say they real experience, okay? That's a real experience. Racism is real and it still exists no matter if you're not racist. If you're a white person and you're not racist, good for you, fine for you. More power to you. But there's a lot of white people out here that's still racist and still biased and still
Man,
prejudiced and still
let me tell you
discriminate.
something.
So go ahead, my bad.
I got white people that's cool with me that tell me they still got family members that teach them at the dinner table who we are and who they are. They're very, very racist. Let's stop the book. Like, we
Yeah.
ain't gonna even play that. We ain't gonna even play. See, but I'm gonna tell you something, right? I respect racist white people that let us know. I like for you to let us know exactly how you feel about us because it keeps me sharp. That's just like when I tell people about Trump. I don't agree with everything that Trump says. I like Trump because Trump tells you exactly what's on his mind. I hate a conniving person that smile in your face all the while. They lie. They lie in your face, lie dead in your face. Trump will sit up there and tell you straight up and down, we got to drain the swamps. Now, my whole thing is when Trump said we got to drain the swamps, all these border jumpers wasn't in America then. So when he was talking about draining the swamps, he was obviously talking about us. Now it seems like, okay, we see what he was talking about. No, they wasn't here then. They here now.
You
Just
think
like
you think that's what he meant when he said drain the swamps?
when he see, the thing about it is that it's tricky because the only one that could explain what Trump meant when he said drain the swamps is Trump. But I'm gonna tell you something else that caught my attention that he said recently. He said, if I get in office again, I'm gonna make it so where that the police is infallible, where you cannot charge them if they gun anybody down. He said, I am going to unleash the police in those communities. Whose communities? Our communities. He said, I'm going to make it so that my officers will not be charged. Now, we all know that since all this rioting and stuff been going on, the police shootings have calmed down tremendously. I ain't saying they stopped, but they calmed down tremendously. When Trump gets into office, right? And keep in mind, I like Trump, but I got to keep it real. The first thing he's going to undo is unleash ISIS or whatever you call the people that come in and come get them foreigners, the border jumpers, the illegals. He's going to send them in. Now, when he starts sending them in to come into our communities to snatch them back out, you got to keep in mind some of these dudes look like the Puerto Ricans and some of the ones that's been here already. So when they start their new stop and frisk, this is going to be a problem in the urban areas where we're from, because most of these people are not where the rich. They in our communities. It's going to be a problem. It's not going to be a simple, easy solution. And a lot of people better go back in the cave, like Lord said, because in them streets, it ain't going to be safe.
Yeah. No, but you was getting ready to say something about Kim Porter. I wanted you to keep
Kim
that
Porter.
thought. I had to say that, but
Kim Porter, right?
Yeah.
The thing that I don't like, you and your wife, me and my wife, right? We didn't have fights with our wives. May not been as physical as what we seen Puff, but the bodyguard and all these other dudes is running around and speaking for Kim. Kim is in the grave. When Kim Porter was alive, she never once picked up the phone and called the police and said, Diddy hit me. What I don't like is the fact that Kim protected her children from whatever him and her went through. Why is the bodyguard putting Kim's business out there? I personally feel like if Kim wanted the world to know what happened between her and Diddy, she would have told it herself. I think that Kim kept her and Diddy's business quiet because she didn't want her children to know about mommy and daddy's fights. In a lot of relationships, mommy and daddy don't want nobody to know that mommy and daddy had a fight. My kids would never know that me and their mother might have had a fight 20 years ago. So now you're gonna tell me if my wife passed away today, the niggas that seen me and my wife have a fight 20 years ago, something my wife didn't want the world to know. Now y'all niggas is all over every goddamn channel telling Kim's business. Kim, all this. I'm not even getting into the conspiracy of, Diddy had her murdered. There's no proof in that. So we're not going to even do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick to the point to where that I don't like the fact that Kim never told her business and she kept her shit private. Why everybody exposing her business out there like that? That's foul.
Because it goes back to what I said earlier. It's just for the views, man. It's like a lot of people are turning into fools for the views. Like just straight. It's no discernment. It's no consideration, no courtesy, no nothing. It's just for views. And if you can't, when they recommend a video to you, if you can't see something you like and you don't hit the don't recommend this, I hit that button all the time. Don't recommend this to me. Don't send me this. Like when like I'm probably 80% education, 20% entertainment on social media. Like so it's kind of like the mind is a computer. It's about basically what you putting in your computer and people, some people, it's like Love and Hip Hop. It's like all those shows. I don't watch it, but obviously it's an audience for that. Some people just like to sit around. They don't, and then there's two sides of that fence. It's people who ain't got nothing going on, so they just want to be in other people's business, and then people who finish their business and just want to just get in somebody else's business. Like so, it's like I don't know. It's just like a lot of that stuff I just don't really care to get into. People personal lives and stuff like that. I never really cared about like that. I look at it as like there's bigger fish to fry. I'm worried about the dinosaurs out here. Like I'm not really worried about like
Right.
what's going on the cave down the block. like, like I'm not like unless it's something like when it comes to children or something like that. Other than that, I'll let the adults be adults. Whatever floats your boat, floats your boat. It's a lot of things that people think is cool that I think is stupid. And a lot of things I think is cool that somebody else may think is stupid. So it just I don't know. We just gotta let each other be. That's how I feel. But wait, where's the other paper at? Yeah, so
Out there right now. Let me see.
Oh, real quick though, for everybody watching, make sure y'all follow my Litbox TV page on YouTube because I'll be talking a lot of stuff about like law. I just really got into foreclosures. I'm helping somebody with a foreclosure right now. Like that's a lot of the stuff I'm gonna be talking about. They out here taking people houses and they don't have proper standing. So I wanna help people with that as well. Like I want to help people with they court issues. I understand the game of court very well. And I just, unfortunately, I've been in there enough times, and I know how to play the game.
Are you
So,
able to type in the comment section so they can see your page?
Yeah, I could type in there. I think, nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I can't.
All right. So what we do is after the live is over, you come back in the comment section and I can pin it, unless you do it from the computer. But yeah. So I'm gonna play something real quick, right? Let me see something.
Now, we're hearing that what is unfolding right now is that as a result of the United States allowing Ukraine to take their missiles and use them against Russia, Russia has now responded and said, all right, if that's how the United States wants to play it, now Russia is saying they are putting together the list of nations that are enemies, adversaries of the United States that would like to have their hands on some missiles to strike the United States. Now, they're going to be sharing with you the list of these. And we've also heard that at this time, as we've seen, that there have been nuclear capable vessels that have made their way from Russia to Cuba to do drills. Also coming out today, we're hearing that Belarus has said that they are joining alongside of Russia, performing nuclear testing and drills as well, should a conflict arise in the West. So other nations that are against the United States are saying they're making their preparations. And in addition to that, one of the big ones that is on this list and is in the headlines today is Mexico. That is right. Russia is saying that Mexico would love nothing more to be able to strike the United States, that they are actually an enemy to the U.S., and they're saying that they are planning to equip them with missiles as well. I'm going to be sharing with you the latest. As I mentioned, this just came out today, June the 10th, 2024. We're seeing this across Russian news media outlets, and there are now news articles coming out on this as well. So I'm going to be sharing with you the various.
So now, in America, all these other countries are prepping for global combat. That's what I'm gonna call it, global combat. And our satanic system is not mentally preparing us for what's to come. And see, the thing that makes me nervous about colonizers with weapons of mass destruction, because that's what I'm gonna call it, colonizers with weapons of mass destruction, when they decide, in the best example, right, where everybody's sitting up there watching TV, over there in Israel, we seen what happened in Gaza. In the past, we seen what happened in Iraq. Like when these colonizers go to war, the civilians is the ones that suffer. So now I'm gonna assume that we're gonna be the ones that get the tail end of the stick. When are we gonna prepare for what they're doing right now? They're ready. They on the march, get set, go. And we sitting up here talking about Sexy Red and Diddy. We sitting up here really focusing on whether Young Thug is going to make it home, or better yet, why is Gunna father sitting front row at the goddamn concert? Did the nigga really snitch? This is the conversations that we having when dudes is really sitting up there at the round table monopolizing what's going on around the world. How do we prepare, or what should be our next step? Because the reality of it is, it's too late for us to come together. It's not going to happen. So individually, what should we be doing to prepare for the apocalypse, man-made apocalypse?
I mean, you better learn how to grow some food. That's number one. You better learn how to grow some food. It's going to be, listen, man. My water jugs. I keep about 10 5-gallon water jugs in my house. But this war stuff, or rumors of it, I look at countries like blocks. A country is just a bigger block. It's just a bigger territory. When there's a weak dude running the block, then the gangsters gonna come out to play. That's just what it is. And Biden is out here looking real weak. If the leader of your hood, the dude, the big homie is looking like he got dementia.
So you saying you would test Biden's jaw?
Nah, I mean that would be like, nah, I wouldn't even put my hands on him. That's like
No, hypothetically speaking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but no, like that's abuse. That's not even a, he don't even stand a chance. Like, I just seen a video of him. He was just like you could tell he was checked out. Like, so if it's like it's no different from the hood. Like, everything that goes, see, this is what people fail to realize. Everything that goes on in the hood happens in the world, just on a bigger scale. That's it. The way this dude died over $200, these people killed over $200 million. These dudes killed
bigger
over $2
bag.
billion. The way these dudes went in here and scammed these people for $10,000, these dudes went over there and scammed for $10 billion. It's just a bigger block. It's just a larger amount of territory. But it's the same thing that would happen on a block if there's hustlers out there. If they see a weakness, a chink in your armor, they're gonna come take a stab at it. And that's just what it is. America's looking weak. America's looking weak. It's just we looking like if America itself, the country, was a person, we looking real weak out here compared to Asia. You see what them Asian kids is doing on their lives? These Asian kids in kindergarten is cooking their own food and got their own wok and exercising and doing all type of stuff. And if you look at Amazon Prime, when you go to Amazon Prime now, you see a lot of the titles is in Chinese. Like America's owned by the Chinese people, and it's only a matter of time before they come collect and come take over. And the Asians are not gonna play with nobody. They're not gonna. We think we had it tough in slavery with the white man. When the Asian man come, oh my God, it's gonna be so. It's kind of like we need to get a system in place. It's like we stopped getting systematic with it. Like we just caught up in everything without. We turned into a group of complainers, and not like instead of just like me, I'm a doer. I'm not that guy that tell the cops, watch, I'm gonna sue you, and don't sue the cop. I'm suing the cop. I'm not playing with you. I'm not gonna play with you. I'm not gonna just talk about it. We gotta stop just talking about it. Like talking is good. Like that's why I don't like, you go to church. People go to church for the good word, but after the good word, then what? Okay, you got a good word. He gave you a good word. Okay, now what? We got the good word. Where's the good action? Where's the actions behind a lot of this stuff? And I think, I don't know, like I think America is a very aside from Biden, America as a whole, because he's just the president of the corporation, but I think the corporation itself is gangster. America's the biggest gangsters in the world. They're the biggest gangsters in the world, and that's why Trump fit right in, because he's a bully. He's a gangster. Trump done took mad stuff from people. Okay, just like all of them, they all do it. It's part of the game. It comes with the territory, So, when it comes to this war thing, just you got the right to bear arms, people. That's your constitutional right. I would never ever cop out to a gun charge. If I get caught with a gun, I'm standing on my constitutional rights. Period. You don't need a license to carry a gun. You have the right to form a militia, and you have the right to bear arms in this country. That's 100% fact. And every judge in the court, every lawyer, every district attorney, they took an oath to uphold the Constitution. So when you know how to spit that, and I'm telling you, you don't need no license, but to carry a gun, you really don't. You really
I'm
don't.
gonna tell you one thing. He's right. That's your constitutional right. But if you dumber than a doorknob and you got a gun up under your waist and you don't know how to fight in that court, they're gonna throw your ass away and lock them gates, and you're gonna be done. You better know how to fight when you get in that court. Because if you don't know what to say to that judge, don't go up in there talking about Lord Kim says, you know what I mean? Litbox TV told me it's my constitutional right. No, you better know how to read that law library, them law books. You better learn how to, you better learn the definition of those words, the meaning, and how to regurgitate that in that court. Because if you don't, you're done.
You got a baseball bat in your house?
Yep.
Okay. If you hit somebody with it, they could charge you with hitting them with a weapon, right?
Yep.
Okay, but if it just being in your possession, is it a weapon?
Sometimes it is.
It depends how you use it. It depends how you use it and who you use it on. Like if you come in, if police walking down the block and catch you with a knife this big, could they lock you up?
They have.
Okay, they had, right? If you got that knife from Walmart, if it's like this, if I bought an illegal gun from someone and they caught me with that gun and this gun is illegal, and I said, hey, officer, you know what? If you give me a break, I'll tell you where I got this gun from. If I told them where I got that gun from, they would do what?
Let you go.
And do what to the people I got it from?
Lock them up.
So if I got a knife this big from Walmart and they catch me with it and I say I got it from Walmart, are they going to Walmart to lock somebody up?
Nope. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. As a matter of fact,
if I bought a kitchen, a knife set from Walmart, and it's in the back of my car, and I'm driving home, it's nothing. But if I take it out the wrap and got all 17 knives just laying on my back seat, what gives them the right to just lock me up all of a sudden? Like people don't really be thinking. Like people don't really think. Like I bought these in Walmart. If I take you to Walmart, you're not going to arrest anybody. So obviously this is not a crime. Obviously there's nothing wrong with having these knives. You're just trying to make it into something. And if I'm dumb enough to allow you to turn it into something, then the joke's on me. You know?
It's crazy because last time I got locked up for a knife, I had to fight that case for like a year and some change. And the court dates was getting in the, you know how sometimes the court dates actually get in the middle of shit that you have to do. You can't travel, you can't, because you got to be at court. That's annoying.
If knives are illegal, then why are they selling them? In the store, in a regular store. You could go on Walmart and buy a knife.
They only arrest you in the city for a knife. And I haven't seen them do that lately, but there was a time where if they caught you
with a knife,
you going to the bookings.
Yeah, for a knife. That's crazy.
And you be in the bookings for 3 days. For 3 days, waiting to see the judge.
Yeah, if you threatening somebody with that knife, that's a whole different ballgame. We just talking about possessing it, having it in your possession. If you possessing a knife, that is totally different than you just chasing somebody or threatening somebody with a knife. You know? That's how I feel. So, you know, we got to smarten up. Just we don't really be using our thinking caps. We don't be having our thinking caps on. They just be running anything on anybody, and they just be going for it. Not me.
So let me ask you a question. What's your thoughts on the American dollar? You have all these countries dropping the American currency, in which now we dealing with inflation. Everything, the price of everything is going up, and a lot of people's not talking about it. They're not paying attention. We are on the verge of losing the American dollar. So what happens when we find ourselves dealing with digital currency? Like, what's your thought? How you feel about digital currency where you can't keep a stash up under your sneaker box no more? Every transaction that you actually make, they're overseeing now.
I mean, that to me, that's just the modern day, like that's control. That's kind of like, you know,
digital
like
slavery.
I heard in China, they you know, you get a social
credit score,
social score and stuff like that. I mean, that's just, you know, like these people been doing what they wanted to do, and when they I listen. Before America, I don't think we're gonna live to see these people move from the dollar standard. I don't think so. America is too gangster. America is just too gangster. Like they're not gonna. Nah, America got the too many military bases around the world. You know, to just allow somebody to just like, nah. Like I just told you, it's like it's like a block. It's like if this is my block and everybody get work from, if this is your block and everybody get work from you because you're that guy, then you're not going to just let nobody come in there and just start moving work in your territory. It's just not going to work like that. It don't work like that. Some lives are going to get lost. Some boats are going to get missing in the Bermuda Triangle. Some flights are going to just get shot out the air, like mysteriously disappear. Like, it's just, I don't know. I just don't really see that. We're dealing with these dinosaurs here. Like, the system is really big. The system is like I said, to me, it's about preventing the system from taking advantage of you and your family, and collectively working together to create strategies to just to be safe out here and build. Like, we gotta build. We gotta create value. This country is business oriented. And the more business oriented we get, the more respect we're gonna get. We're not business minded enough to get the respect we're looking for. You understand? We're not pulling resources enough to get, the type of respect. But I feel like the American dollar, Gaddafi, like, you see what happened when Gaddafi did it. So you just got to have a big enough army if you're talking about, taking away the dollar, removing the dollar from being the currency of that you buy oil with, because Gaddafi tried that, and then they made up lies and ran they worked their propaganda machine and started talking about this one got weapons of mass this, and this one got this, and this one is torturing his people, and this one is, and I just be wondering, when is somebody gonna come to America, and because America it's like they be trying to police the world. You understand what I'm saying? So I just want to know when somebody gonna come here and police America for all the stuff America did to Americans, white and black.
That's a good question. Well,
okay, when somebody gonna come and give America what they deserve for what they did to so many American people? Because it's a rich and poor thing. I know I spoke about racism earlier, but really, when you get to the gist of it, it's rich and poor. It's the haves against the have-nots, and it's always been like that. It's always been like that. That's just what it's going to be. So, the have-nots are going to have to do what the haves tell them to do, or suffer the consequences. Or get together and really create a system to avoid that. And that's what I focus on, trying to create systems to not be taken advantage of. Don't let these systems out here take advantage of you. Like the welfare system took advantage of the mothers who needed support during the crack era. They took advantage of them. They said, you got to get the man out of the house. Okay, you want this? They know they was hurting because they hurt them. We know y'all hurting because we put something there to hurt y'all. Okay, so now think about this. If you and your wife fell on hard times and everything was good before that, everything was good. I ain't have no issues, no beef, no nothing. And she went to her father and said, yo, I need some help. And he says, oh yeah, I'll help you, but HASSAN got to get out. Is he trying to help your family or destroy your family?
Destroy it.
Exactly.
Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
So the minute, exactly, especially when you've been there this whole time helping, we have a history of helping each other. That's how we made it for so many years, for helping each other. Somewhere along the line, they're convincing us to not help each other. They're convincing these women that, well, we should be taken care of, when that was never our thing. We never had it like that, to take care of each other like that. Or solely this. We had to take care of each other. That's what we did. That's where it takes a village to raise a child and all of that. Like, that's where all of that comes from. So we just really have to get back to really helping each other. Like, I hang around a certain caliber of people. Once I see you're not that type of person, I don't even want to be around you. I think it's going to really come down to the people who really want better, which is out there already. You could go to any state in this country, and there's a successful Black community of people out there being successful. If you're not a part of that community, then you don't know. Then you'll start talking about all this poverty and all this other stuff. There's Black people out here living great lives. And that's what I try to focus on. I don't really
I'm
try
glad
to
you
focus
said that
on
because these ignorant niggas, they make it seem like it's bad to be successful. I had a nigga call me a bum, and I just couldn't even believe it. It blew my mind. Like, the nigga, I ain't gonna even mention him. The nigga that
I know
called
you
me
talking about because I seen the video. You
but
did.
but the nigga, anybody that has a half a brain can see that you are living in a crack house. You're living in a crack house.
I wouldn't even get that dude. Like when somebody say, "Lord, you a bum," my new thing is, you right. How do you argue with that? If you keep arguing with that, you just looking for an argument. I just said you right. You right. You right. Lord, you a bum. You right. Have a nice day. You're right. How do you want? If you still want to argue over that, Lord, you ain't shit. You right. You right. So when you want to keep going, then I know it's more to it than that. Like you just looking for some action. You
And
know
let
what I'm
me
saying?
address something, right? I'm gonna address something without addressing a person. I want you niggas to understand something about me, right? Stop telling me that I'm not in the loop. I don't know what's going on in the streets. The streets never changed. Only the players. The streets never, ever, ever change. The only thing that changes is the players. See, me, I'm a grown ass man, right? Because a nigga made a video talking slick. I ain't gonna even name him, saying that I'm not in the loop. I have no business with me being 47 years old, going on 48 September 3rd. I have no business in 20-year-old business in the street. When you find dudes that's 40 and 50 years old in the loop, that means that they're corrupting those kids. They piggybacking off of them young boys' energy. I have no business trying to be in the loop. So when you try to convince the world, the world of ignorant, oh, he ain't in the loop, he ain't in the loop. Like, nigga, working people don't want to be in the loop. Successful people don't want to be in the loop.
No, but they are in
Jay-Z
the loop.
and Pete Diddy do not want to be in bum nigga loops. Niggas don't want to be in your loops.
They're just in
Like,
different loop.
no,
Not that loop. They just in a different loop. We all in the loop.
no.
Everybody's in the loop. Everybody's in the loop, whether they want to believe it or not. It's just what loop are you in?
The grown
Everybody's
is
in the loop.
sexy.
That's it. Everybody's in some type of loop. Whether it's a small loop, a fruit loop, a hula hoop, loop de loop. I don't know. It's just everybody's in the loop. Everybody does something. The beer drinkers, that's why I made that song. The hustler's gonna hustle, the scammer's gonna scam, the crook's gonna be crooked, the blammer's gonna blam. The smoker's gonna smoke, the drinker's gonna be drinking, broke niggas gonna be broke. The show off's gonna be showing, the pimp's gonna be pimping, the hoe's gonna be hoeing. I could do a 20-year bid, come home, right back up on my shit, because I don't miss a beat. That's just saying no matter what you do, no, that's why I don't talk about I don't gotta talk about the hoes. Nothing I say about the hoes is gonna stop a hoe from hoeing. That's just the reality of it. Nothing I say about the shooter really is gonna stop the shooter from shooting. You know what stops a lot of shooters from shooting? Taking that long sit down. Okay?
Long sit down.
Doing a lot of people, they don't think shit stink to their faces where their ass is at. Period. Till they bent up out here looking crazy. Okay? That's when people get it. So that's why I don't try to teach people. I only want to teach people who really want to learn. I'm not even trying to teach you. I'm not even before I used to just try to pour game on people. Nah, I'm not doing that. You got to show me you're interested and you want to learn it, then I give it to you. But I don't really get caught up in like, as long as nobody ain't trying to put their hands on me, I don't really care what you say. I don't like everybody. I don't expect everybody to like me. They can say whatever they want to say about me. I don't care. I'm not, like I'll be outside. When I run around sometimes, yo, Hassan, your man, right? Yeah, yo, how come he, yo, man, don't come to me asking me about why this man did. I don't, why he ain't, and why he ain't do. I don't listen. Go ask that man. Like, what are you asking me for, man? What are you asking me for about why this man ain't do this and why he said this? And I don't know why he said that. Like this is the thing. I don't like things about my damn self, so I'm not gonna like everything about nobody. You understand? And I don't expect everybody to like everything about me. It just is what it is. Like we just really need to start creating a system to really, just for those who wanna, I just say like the loop thing you said. You just gotta find your loop. And
Listen, man.
if the dude say
Well,
you ain't in the
dudes
loop,
gotta understand. At the end of the day, my principles, I'm gonna stand on that. I feel that if I am able to, and God gives me the know-how to, my main goal is to hire my children. People get mad at me when I say that. I don't want to send my kids out into the world to ask Christopher Columbus kids for a job. I have a problem with that. I don't even like asking Christopher Columbus for a job. I don't want to ask the colonizer for anything. That's for one. For two, we grew up between, I don't know, I think Webster staircases was worse than Bronx River with the piss in the hallways.
I mean,
The
it had its moments.
pissiest staircases. Like, if you have the means to move your children out of the hood and you go get a $20,000 pinky ring or Rolex to stand in front of a building, you are a piece of crap. And you need to know that. My children deserve better than the projects.
They just wasn't taught. They just wasn't taught. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of people are just products of their upbringing. Like that's just, they don't know no better. Like when you was a bum all your life and been called a bum, when you get some money, you just want to flex. You want to feel like, like right now, everybody think they're a goddamn celebrity. Everybody thinks they're a celebrity. Or a lot of these chicks, and they get, they all wearing this. They all say, I'm different, I ain't like that. When they all got the same tranny starter kit. I'm gonna keep it real. Most women out here got the tranny starter kit. And the tranny starter kit is them eyelashes, right? Them eyes, the fingernails, right? The hair, and the fake body. That is a tranny starter kit. And it's just, that's just what it is. Like people become, now you got chicks out here that the same way that dude wanted that watch, these chicks want their bodies done. Like it's becoming the thing now. They think because you see, when somebody say the hoes is winning, that's because they ain't around no real women. Whenever I hear women say that, nah, these hoes out here winning, you ain't around no real women. Because when you get around some real women, then you see the real women. No, they're winning. They're winning. Like they're really winning. These women with and I'm not saying just the degrees, but these women with the degrees, these women with their own businesses and stuff like that. It's not the whole, these hoes ain't winning. But if you believe the hoes is winning, then what you gonna do? You want to start looking, going out get your whole kit together. Like you want to get your body done. You want to do certain things to make it appear like you're winning. If a dude with a Rolex look like if that's winning to you, then you want to get that because you're gonna feel like you won. You want that now.
Yo, let me ask you a question, right? You get with a chick, right? You see a chick, she on social media, right? Every time you see her on Instagram, she taking photos displaying her ass. And she's in her panties. You get her back to the crib. Now she on some, you know what I mean? She ain't like that. what's your thought? Because
With what?
this female now, she done showed everybody on Instagram her ass. She's in her panties every day on Instagram,
Okay.
on TikTok, on everything.
Okay.
But then you get her back to the crib and she moving funny like she ain't no hoe. What's the conversation like with her now? What words do you express to her?
I don't really. I don't know. I wouldn't say nothing. It's just not my term. Like it's just
Nah,
like
see, for me,
no. If you got your ass out
you're
on
gonna
this,
piss me off because you're not gonna come to my house and want to close your legs after you opened them to the whole internet. And see, this is why we try to teach females respect, right? Don't get like everybody on the internet. When we was growing up, right, it was hard as hell to get a female to send us a picture of her in her like a naked. You wasn't really getting that. You might get a picture of her in her panty and bra in the younger days, and it was hard to get that because we didn't have the technology. Today, these chicks is just waking up, and it's like, yo, are y'all forgetting that y'all have brothers, cousins, uncles, daddies that's on the internet that's watching? Like, ladies, it's getting to the point to where that I'm actually starting to get frustrated seeing the amount of naked women on black women on Instagram. It's irritating me now because it's like, yo, there's no more balance. Where is the like you don't even see women shaming that no more. Women are feeling left out to where that they're competing. Like, yeah, the hoes is winning. It's like, yo, so you mean to tell me you don't have the roundaway girl no more? Standing at the bus stop sucking on
no,
a lollipop.
they there, bro. Like they like I don't really like. I don't
They
know.
hiding.
I
They
don't.
going extinct.
I'm not gonna lie. I never had those type of problems. Like when it come to women, I just never did. Like I don't know. I just never really had that type of problem. Like, and it's just like I don't know. Me, my mind is like it's either you get it or you don't. When it comes to me, it's like if a
You know I'm being sarcastic though.
yeah, but like yeah, like it's like if it's either you get it or you don't. Like okay, you don't get it. Like I'm not everybody's type, and everybody's not my type. So you know, but if you you know if you, I don't know. Like when it come to women, it's just I don't know. I never really had like women play. Like I was that guy when I was younger, when I like in 16 and I'm kissing on a girl and she like, oh no, stop. I would stop. And she go, why you stop? I said, because you told me to stop. Like, what do you mean? I'm not you said stop. I'm stop. It's over. Like, I'm not, I'm just, I don't know. I'll never be pressed. Like I'm just never
Listen, ladies,
pressed.
I don't mind. Y'all can send me the pictures in my DM, but don't send me a picture of you and your panties and you sent it to 100 million. You already done listen, a million niggas done seen you on Instagram in your underwears. I want to feel special. When you DM me the picture with you and your panties and bras, and I'm like,
But
oh
I
shit,
don't
I want to feel special. I don't want to feel like every nigga on the internet seen you in your underwear.
I don't
That's
even
all I'm
I'm not even
saying.
gonna lie to you. I don't even deal I would never even deal with a chick who's in her underwears on Instagram. The most a bathing suit and it gotta be classy. It gotta be classy. And like I wouldn't even talk to a woman like that. Like you if you like I don't sit on my dead brothers, since Instagram been Instagramming, I've probably bust through 3 DMs in my whole entire time on Instagram. I just don't bust through. I don't be saying nothing to these chicks. Like I got that video on my page. It's about waiting for your bus. When it comes to women, I wait for my bus. I don't just jump on any bus. I wait for my bus. You know what I'm saying? And the bus got to be going where I'm trying to go. If it ain't going where I'm trying to go, then I ain't getting on the bus. Hey, have a nice day, baby. I'm not that dude just waiting at the bus stop. Any bus pull up, and I just jump on because I want to joyride. Nah, I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm trying to go somewhere. And if I'm messing with you, it's for a reason. It's for a reason. There's only 2 reasons you're gonna ever see me with a woman. Ever. I don't have female friends. I don't. So only 2 reasons you're gonna see me with a woman. We getting money or we having sex. It's no in between. I don't have female friends. I don't believe in that. If you see me with a woman, we doing some business or we sleeping together. Or both. But it's no in between. I don't hang out. I had this girl ask me one time, she said, "Oh, I'm trying to work it out with my husband, but we can still hang out." I said, "Well, why would I still hang out with you when you trying to work it out with your husband? Like, I want y'all to work it out." She said, "Cause I'm cool." I said, "Baby, my kids are cool. Like, I'd rather hang out with my kids. Like I'd rather real talk. Like, my kids are cool. Like, if I'm gonna waste some time, then I'm gonna waste it with my children, because that's really not wasting no time. I'm not gonna waste time on you. Like, you can't. I don't do friend zone. I don't know. But it's a lot of dudes on social media now. That's all they do is pander to women. They tell women what they want to hear. You know, like I'm not that guy. Like, does this make me look fat? Yes, take it off. Like, yeah, I'm that guy. Yes, take it off. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. Don't wear that. Don't put that on. It's not working for your shape. Like, don't do it. And another thing, like, call me shallow, whatever. But if you're a female and you let yourself go, I'm letting go right along with you. I'm not holding on to no woman who let herself go. If I met you a certain way, the way I met you, see, my love is unconditional, but my likes come with conditions, tremendous conditions. If I don't like you anymore, all bets is off. I don't care. And that means how you look, how you think, how you talk, how you act, how you carry yourself. The minute I don't like that, I don't like you anymore. The minute I don't like you, I don't want to deal with you anymore. And I'm the type, I don't care who you want to deal with after that. Good luck to both of y'all. Like, good luck to both of y'all. I don't really get into that, you know. Because I'm moving with a purpose. So when I'm moving with a purpose, you gotta serve a purpose. If you don't serve no purpose, then, like, there's nothing around me that don't serve a purpose, and there's nothing around me that's broke. Anything broke around me got to get fixed or thrown away. I'm not playing with it. Like, whenever I come in somebody's house and it's something broke, then I know it's no real man in there. Because a real man fix shit when he get rid of it. You don't stand around playing with broke shit. And that goes for people and things. I'm not playing with no. If you broke, I mess with you. I'm gonna show you how to get some money. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, they just tried to knock us out.
Yeah, they tried. They ain't try hard. Got to be quicker than that.
Yo, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
They just tried to knock us out. That's some bullshit. Now I can't hear you. It went all the way out, then it came back in, and it told me to. And now at the top, when I'm looking at the top of the live, it started the numbers from the beginning. That's weird.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
You
they
can't hear me?
mad. We killing it right now. I can't hear you. Can y'all hear
Yeah.
Lord? You might
y'all
have to
hear
go
me?
back out and come back in. Can y'all hear Lord?
Yeah, they said I hear y'all.
Let me see.
We can hear. They said we can hear.
Oh, okay. So now when it went out and it came back in, it did what I was trying to do the whole time. Now I hear you clear inside my Bluetooth. The whole time we was doing this live, I was straining to hear you.
Yeah.
Now
Okay,
you in my
yeah,
ear. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I can really hear you. I was like, I ain't gonna even lie. I was feeling kind of slow trying to hear you. I can hear you now. So they just did us a favor by knocking this shit out and coming back in. Thank you, whoever did that.
Yeah. Yeah, so we good. Yeah, but you know, like, I don't know. I don't know. I just never really played with women like that. Like, yeah. I don't know, like, I played, don't get it twisted. I cheated when I was, in my younger years, my dumber days. But my son, I told my son, and see, that's what we got to do as fathers. That's why it's so important. Like, see, the difference between a lot of fathers I know, and I know good men. So if y'all know, for the women out there who know bum dudes, this don't apply to them. I'm talking about good stand-up dudes. When a good stand-up dude mess up on a woman, he tells his son, I messed up on a good woman. Don't be like your father. Okay? We want our children to be better than us, but it seems like a lot of women, when they mess up on a man, they say, don't depend on no man. Because they messed up on a man they could depend on, worrying about the dude they couldn't depend on. And instead of taking accountability, like, I would never tell my daughter not to depend on no man. Because I tell her, am I dependable? She says yes. I say, so make sure you find a man that's dependable like your father. When you grew up, wasn't your father paying the bills where you and your mother stayed? Yes. So there's men out there. I'm never going to put that poison in my daughter's head to where she feel like there's no man out there she could depend on but her father. Because then that's all she'll have is the man she can depend on like her father. And no, I don't believe that. I know a lot of good men out here. I know a lot of good men out here. I know a lot of slime balls. Don't get it twisted. But I know a lot of good men out here, and I want my daughter to meet one. So in order for her to meet one, I gotta let her know that they're out here and they really do exist.
That's why some of these YouTubers they piss me off, because it's like they try to put a punk ass title talking about, oh, y'all niggas is simps. My whole thing is like this, right? See, a man gonna be a man. With me, if I go out, sometimes I go out and I might pay for everybody's meal at the table. If I'm doing that for my niggas, what you think I'm gonna do for a woman?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love being
Absolutely.
able. I love being able to take a female out and treat a lady
What?
like a lady.
One of my
I don't
most favorite
understand
things in
these
the
niggas sitting
world.
up there arguing about splitting the bill at a restaurant.
Nah, we're
I
not doing
can't
that.
fathom that.
No girl I ever dealt with, ever, unless it was my birthday or Father's Day or something like that, no woman I ever dealt with paid the bill for anything, ever. And if I ain't got it, then we ain't going, cause you ain't paying for it. It ain't that serious to me. If I ain't got it, we ain't going. Unless it's like I don't care if I ain't got it, I just ain't going. I'm not going. That's just me. Because I don't want you to pay for me to do something that we don't really need to be doing anyway. Like, if it's a necessity and I ain't got it, then handle that. But if it's just a simple want, like going out and having drinks and popping the bottle and doing I'm not. I'm over all of that. Like, that's old.
I don't
That's
know about these other niggas, but I don't want no female that don't want nothing out of life. I'm sorry. I
yeah.
expect the female to want something from me as a man. If you don't want nothing, like what are we doing?
Yeah, that
That's why.
inspire you to want more, to do more.
Yeah, you don't want nothing out of life. Like, come on, what is we
Yeah.
doing? What are we talking about? Like, nah, man. If you don't want nothing, your daughter ain't gonna want nothing. Your son ain't gonna want nothing. No, I. That's why it's like, you know, people can say whatever they want to say about me, but I go to your crib. I see your crib is you keep your shit immaculate, and it's to the point to where that when you take care of the inside of your home, it makes you want to be home. Then when you look at these niggas that's always outside, it makes you question, like, yo, what's wrong with home? Maybe you need to change the furniture, maybe even the woman. The woman is part of that furniture. Maybe you need to rearrange the furniture with inside your house so that you can feel comfortable chilling up in the crib and feel like, because how that song go, it's no place like home.
Yep.
No place like home. Like, nigga, there's no place like this. I go outside and I stand on the street corner. Every time I go stand out on a block, it's the same shit. It's boring. The police pulls up. They trying to see who got a gun on them. The niggas is outside. eyeballing each other, screwing each other. How many more days am I going to institutionalize myself in that outside yard, that outside prison? That's the street corner is the big yard. Attica's the little yard. How much often am I just gonna stand out there aimlessly, just staring at niggas? Like, no, I'm sorry, absolutely not. Girls walking by, I'm sitting up there looking. There's 1,000 niggas outside. The girls is walking by, and they hoping. Some of them is just hoping, like, please don't let these niggas say nothing to me. And they body squinching up, like, please leave me alone. And I'm like, damn, look at this shit. And this is what y'all do every day. Every single day.
Like I cook. I be in the house cooking. I be cooking. Like that's my new thing now. I learned how to cook. You can't tell me nothing. My seasoning game is up. I be in here experimenting, chefing. I love to cook, you know, and I don't know. I don't know. I ain't got time for a lot of stuff I used to be into. We just got to teach each other how just not to get caught up in the nonsense. That's all it's about. You know, that's really all it's about. Just not get caught up in, you know, like this shirt right here. This shirt represents me right here, cause I'm like fake Dr. Octopus. I be doing a whole lot. Like I be doing a whole lot. Got a lot going on. You know, you got to
Yeah,
work out,
the
huh?
people definitely loving you in the chat.
Yeah, that's what's up. Shout out to everybody. And don't forget to subscribe to Litbox TV on YouTube so we can tap in and get this education. You know, like we gotta just tighten up. Tighten up. We're gonna tighten up on Litbox, learning it together based off experience. That's what Litbox means. We come there and we talk and we figure it out. I don't help people get. I don't even have a driver's license. I help people get their driver's license back. I help people fight they win their child support cases. I'm helping with a foreclosure right now. I help people with their children with court cases and just because I just understand the system. I study. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying?
You,
Like let me show you something. Like ladies, people. Let me show you something real quick. Let me just get up and show this real quick. It's kind of it's a little dark right here, but you need this, ladies. If he ain't got a bookshelf in his crib, if he don't got this in his crib, if he don't got a bookshelf in his crib, I don't know what to tell you. You
you know
know,
what it
and
is?
like,
People got online books now, which
yeah,
is
no, I hear
dangerous.
you. No, I hear you, but a lot of that stuff ain't online. The good stuff is not online. And then you see, like I'm fixing up my studio. I'm about to work with my daughter. I'm just changing up all this equipment. So I just go from one room to the next room, having a funky good time. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, who want to chef up? My seasoning game is up. My seasoning game is up. Who know how to cook? If you don't know how to cook, you lazy. I don't deal with women who don't know how to cook. They lazy. You don't know how to cook, you just lazy. Cooking is easy. Get in tune,
It
ladies.
is.
Get in tune. Learn how to cook.
What it all boils down to is what type what your taste buds is. Some people like spicy. Some people, some people like salty. Some people like bland. It's all on your taste buds.
Mm-hmm.
Because we come from an era where our mothers and grandmothers cooked their ass off, but you know how people be sitting up there bragging, yeah, because my mother could cook, and then you go to their house and you eat that food like, what the fuck was this shit?
They served you a plate of diabetes. Yeah. But you gotta. The mind is a computer, you know, and what you put into it gonna determine how your operating system. So you know, it's just that what type of operating system are you on? Like if I hang around a chick and she listening to Chief Keef and 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 like if all right, you can listen to Sexy Red and Glorilla, like I like them, you know what I'm saying? But if it's no balance, like you know what I'm saying? Like it got to be some type of balance. Like I like a woman who listens to all different type of music. Because if you just listen to too much R&B, you know what I'm saying, and that you know that's not good either. Like you gotta have a little balance. You know, you gotta listen to some pop, some different type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you gotta make sure your seasoning game is up. And maybe, I'm telling you, because now is that's how you stay healthy. You gotta, you gotta cook. I don't really eat out. I don't. I eat out very rarely. Like it's not good.
Got these Chinese niggas frying your
Frying y'all
chicken.
chicken. Now I don't even look like chicken. It don't. I ain't talking about the wings. The wings be winging. I ain't gonna lie. I don't eat it no more. But them Chinese chicken wings be winging. I'm talking about that uh chicken and broccoli. Oh, ain't no chicken look like that. Ah, that's not chicken. That chicken and that beef and broccoli. This is what people don't understand. Them Chinese people, they come. Just imagine this. Just imagine this. All of you is just imagine this. I don't even mean to, because I know some of y'all slave to y'all taste buds, so I don't even mean to mess it up for y'all. But just imagine if where you grew up, the country you grew up in, they ate rats, and then you get to America and you see nothing but rats running around in the street. You're gonna be like ching 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 ching. Every time you see a rat, you're gonna be like, oh, look at all this money just running around. If I had all these rats back in my country, I'd be rich. So what makes you think a person that eat rat would have a problem serving you rat?
They don't.
Especially when they got the stuff that could season it and make it taste like chicken. And they could season it and make it taste like beef. I could see, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what's crazy though? People were so backwards to where that if they found out for sure that they were selling them rat, they still gonna go get it.
They still gonna eat it. Because I just told you, they slaves to their taste buds. They're slaves to their taste buds. That's it. All that MSG, all that stuff in that food is no good for you. It's just no good for you. They slaves to their taste buds. You know?
Yeah,
And
that's why it's like, at some point in time, a lot of people talk about doomsday, talk about, what I mean, like apocalyptic things and not even realizing the most apocalyptic shit that we put in our mouths is our food and that liquor.
Yeah.
And that liquor. And one thing about it is like you sit back and you look at the elders in the family and how they die, and it gives you a little glimpse of how you possibly could die sick all the time, not feeling good, and then constantly wondering why you not feeling good, and it's the food.
Yeah.
It's the food.
No, I remember that. When I stopped eating beef, I had an urge about 2 years later. I ate some beef. It parked me. It totally parked me. I felt it. I really felt it. It's like if you smoke, like I've always smoked off and on. Like I've been off for 2 years. I ain't smoking like over 2 years. But times when I take a break and then you smoke that first blunt, it just blow your mind because your body not used to it. It's like somebody drinking and not used to drinking. Like it blow your mind. So that food, a lot of people, your tolerance builds up. It's like people who go out to drink, their tolerance builds up more for the liquor. So it's like with the food, you don't even realize how bad it's doing you because your tolerance for it is so high. And that you ain't gonna realize it until you're not eating it anymore. And then you're gonna be like, wow. Like a lot of people, like, trust me, if you take a break from some of the stuff you eating and then go back to eat it again, it'll mess you up. It'll tear you up. It will tear you up because your system won't be used to it anymore. But a lot of times we used to toxic stuff like like You know the saying, if you knew better, you do better? That's not true. Because a lot of us know better and we just don't do better. And I'm trying to figure out why. That's like a scientific question right there. Like, how do we know better but don't do better? And we really know better. We know we shouldn't be doing this, and we still doing it. So what makes you do that? Like, it's addiction is something else. Like when you wake up and you pick up your phone and you jump on Instagram and you there and you just, the next thing you know, you look up and it's 2 hours. It's like, nah, gotta be a better way, you know?
Damn, he said 2 hours on Instagram. Oh my God, that makes
Nah,
my
that's
brain
that's
hurt.
light. That's light for a lot of people. What? What? People will tell you in these comments, that's light. These people be living on Instagram. Like living. It's sad. It's bad. Like a lot of people don't realize people that are the matrix, we in the matrix. We all connected. We're connected right now. The only thing different from this and just being in the regular matrix is just because this is educational, you know? But a lot of times we get off this educational stuff, we go right to entertainment, you know? Like we just want to be entertained. Black people, we love entertainment. That's why everybody always inviting you to a party. Or you see nothing but flyers posted up about parties and parties and parties. Nobody inviting you to the money. They invite you to the party. We love a good time. I
That
love
part.
YouTube. YouTube is very educational. I
But
learned
you
a
know what
lot
the
off of
problem is
YouTube.
too? You can invite people to the money. I noticed that I invite people to the money. I try to teach them how to fish. No, they want a handout. And then and to see the thing about it is then when you start telling niggas no, oh, no is a dangerous word when you done created a leech and it then became a bigger leech. It's like it's like niggas, yo, it, somebody asks you for something, sometimes it's best to just say no. And then you tell them, I'm gonna tell you no so we don't start no bad habits. Because the minute that I start giving you and you start feeling like you can rely on me when I tell you no later, you're gonna hate me.
Yep.
Niggas be creating them. I love helping people. I love it. But I started realizing that you got more people start getting real moody and funny style. Like you owe them something. Like I just, yo, you ain't pick up the phone. Yo, I was trying to call you because I need something. You need what, my nigga? You don't see all these kids I got, my nigga? Like you really got the audacity to tell me that you need something from me and I got all these kids to take care of? How do you even feel comfortable as a man asking another man for some money and they got kids to take care of?
I gotta hold on. I gotta beg to differ with that real quick though, because um a lot of people I know in the business world, they wouldn't be who they are if they didn't get a loan from somebody, if they didn't get some help. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
different though.
So
That's
I feel like
different.
we gotta like I'm all for it. Like you come like this. Remember when we sat down that time and I told you sometimes I give people money just so they could stay away from me?
Say that again, Lord. You froze up.
Remember I said sometimes I would give people money just so they could stay away from me because I know they're not gonna pay me back. Remember when I said that? So
Yep.
sometimes it's like that. I'll give somebody money depending on how much you want. It's like, okay, you want a few $100s. If I know you're not gonna pay me back, then I'll give it to you just to never see your face again. Because I know you that if it costs me $300 and never see you again, I'll gladly pay that $300 just to never see somebody again. Like if I know you owe me and you're gonna stay away, then I want you to owe me so you can stay away. But like a lot of people I know wouldn't be where they at in life without a loan, without some money. You know what I'm saying? Now, like a few dollars, like, and I'm never giving anybody something I can't afford to be without anyway. So but I'm all for I've taken shots with people and they've let me down, and I've taken shots with people and they've done their thing. So I think to me, it's kind of like, one of my favorite songs is Bag Lady by Erica Badu, right? because that song applies to men and women. A lot of people are bad people. They just still stuck on something they've been through. So like I'm the type, just because I lent somebody money and they messed up, that's not gonna stop me from lending somebody else money. Because sometimes, people don't lend me money and help me out and put me on my feet. So, it's just like I try not to like women did me dirty, but that ain't stop me from dealing with the woman I'm dealing with. Like I don't care. Like like you did me dirty. Like I don't care. Like that was you. And sometimes some people deserve to get done dirty. So I
Now
don't really
you
get
know
caught
what
up in that.
irritates me. What irritates me is that I done help niggas pay rent and all types of shit like that, and I'm cool with it. I love helping people, but ask these same people that you helping, ask them for something to see if you can get it out of them.
Yeah, but I don't expect somebody to do for me, and not
Nah,
everybody can do for me what I do for
Let me
them.
tell you something. Unacceptable. Let me tell you something. That's like, for example, right? If I call you 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm stranded on the highway and I got a flat and I'm really, really stuck, and you tell me I'm tired,
Nah, that's crazy.
and you tell, because this is the shit that I go to. If I'm stranded on the highway and I'm asking you, yo, can you come get me? I'm only 15 minutes away. Yo, I can't right now. My wife gonna get mad. I just came in the house. Like, I don't want to hear none of these excuses,
Yeah, nah,
because it's like, yo,
that's not good.
I believe in teamwork. I believe in staff. I believe in a movement. But when you start, it's like you throw a barbecue. Everybody come to the barbecue, and as soon as they finish eating and having a good time, they don't even help you clean up their own plates. Don't bring nothing to the barbecue. They won't even bring their own beverages, the alcoholic beverages, for them to drink. They gonna come up in there, open up your refrigerator, your cooler, drink all your beers, and as soon as they feel like their belly is full and they had enough, they are out. No more. There is no more room in my life for that. I'm burnt out with that.
Yeah,
There's no
nah,
more,
nah,
because
I ain't
it's
gonna
like having
lie.
a bank account. If everybody just keeps subtracting from that bank account, that bank is gonna go broke. And people won't even invest in you mentally. They won't even invest in you mentally, but they got requirements. I need this for you. I need you to do this. I need you to do. Well, what like, when am I? Are you like? And let's say we doing YouTube right now. Are you gonna take a 60-second clip that I shared and help me share it? Are you gonna like it? Are you even gonna comment in the comment section so it can stay in the algorithm? No, they're gonna act like they don't see your post. And then might bring up, and then the crazy part about it is they might have a conversation with you about a post that you posted. 2 days later, didn't like the post, didn't comment on the post, no nothing. Oh, I saw that. Oh, you saw it, but you didn't even show no love. And then you got nerve enough to sit up there and ask me for a couple of dollars? Are you kidding me? You just insulted me. I've had people ask me for some money and go tell me, oh, because I don't watch your videos like that. So the thing that pays me, that gives me money, you want me to give you some of this money, but you don't support the things that help me to make this. But right. I call you right back, my nigga.
Yeah, nah.
I call you right back.
Then you know the saying, you can't be used, you're useless. Like, and that's how I feel. Like I allow people to use me, but I need to be able to use you. And if that's the type of setup we got, then I'm cool. It's all good. I just got to be able to use you when I need to use you. Sit. You can't be used. You're useless. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And for those who wondering my sign, I'm a Taurus, bull gang. I've seen a few people ask that in the thing. That's into astrology and all of that. I'm a Taurus. So I keep it 100. I keep it a buck. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing for anybody. But I learned to be more respectful about it. Like, fellas, I'm gonna drop a jewel on you. Whenever you dealing with a chick and you just met her and she go, I just want you to know I speak my mind. That is code word for I get real disrespectful when I'm upset. When a woman say
Yeah, damn sure is.
I speak my mind. Like, what else are you supposed to speak? Like, you supposed to speak your mind. So, but when they say, "Oh, I keep it real. I speak my mind," that means you get real nasty. Fellas, get out of there. If she say that, get out of there. Thank me later. Thank me later.
Man, let me tell you something. What females don't understand. Once a man get a certain age, all that negative energy, that arguing, like it's one thing. You got a wife and kids, and you know what I mean. And even with that, you gonna learn to balance out your attitude because a nigga too old to be dealing with an attitude. I don't like your attitude.
Yeah, nah.
I'm too old to be dealing with an attitude.
I check my attitude. Like, that's one thing you gotta work on yourself. Like, you really have to work on yourself. Like, I really worked on myself. So it's like I be feeling like, like I ain't got all the money in the world or nothing like that. I can still use a few dollars, but like if you don't want me, you're lost. I'm a good person. I take care of myself. I'm smart, and I'll support you. I'll support you to the best of my ability. That's all you really want. Somebody to do whatever they got to do to the best of their ability. I can't ask for you to do anything more. Do it to the best of your ability, and that's it. So I just be on it like that. But yeah, man, this is a long live. We've been going like this. They
You
they
know
they
what?
they 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 they, they chime in too. You know.
See, the good thing about it is they definitely charming in. They definitely charming in. It's just that for me, I don't think they realize without my glasses, a nigga is blurred out trying to read in the comment section. And shout out to everybody that gave a super chat because I planned on reading down the super chat, but when it went out and went in, came back in, now I can't see all the people that actually donated. So shout out to y'all, everybody in the super chat. We appreciate y'all. And they loving Lord Akim.
I
And y'all
appreciate
definitely
y'all.
gonna be seeing
Appreciate
more.
y'all.
Y'all definitely gonna be seeing more of Lord Akim, in the building. It's definitely time. It's that season.
Oh,
Hopefully
again,
sooner or later we can put together a meet and greet.
yo, hold on. One more thing too. I wanted to say, like I said earlier, just in case some people just came in late. If y'all want the Black Laws Dictionary, the PDF version of the Black Laws Dictionary, it's a really good book to have. I got the PDF. A friend gave it to me, and I want to share it with as many people as I could share it with. All you got to do is go to my Instagram page, Litbox TV on Instagram, LITBOX TV. Follow me, send me a message, and with your email, and I email it to you. I've been emailing it out all week. Send it to me. I feel like, because I feel like I said, we got to create a system, and we got to learn we got to all know how to play this game that we playing. We all have to learn how to play this game. It's important that we understand the rules of the games because that's being played on us. I feel like that will really help us, because I used to speak to prove a point. Now I kind of speak to create understanding. So run with that, y'all. When you talk, let's talk to create understanding. Understanding creates peace. When we in agreement with each other, that's we in a peaceful place. So we got to talk from that place. Not to prove a point, not just waiting for somebody to shut up so you can prove your point. Like, listen to them. I had to learn that. That's what defending myself in court taught me. Because when I first got to court, I was I was in there arguing like I was arguing with my girl. And so, the DA say something, I go, nah, hold on, what you talk? The judge, hold, Mr. Allah, hold on. Like, you gotta really wait your turn. And you gotta keep your thought, you gotta hold your thoughts. Like, you gotta remember what you were gonna say. You gotta write it down. So that's how you gotta debate with your woman or anyone in your family that you really care about, even your children. You have to listen to them. You have to really, really listen to their case. And because trust me, that will create so much more peace and respect in your relationship, that when you really listening to just create understanding and to solve something, not just complain about a problem, like that really helps. I just really wanted y'all, because that helped me. I used to be angry. I used to be, man, listen, everything used to get to me. Now it's like nothing gets to me. And that's a beautiful place to be. And I want everybody to get there. And you get there.
Lena, thank you for sponsoring this war. K baby, no time for sleeping. The enemy creeping.
And we can't defeat them unless we stay woke. Unless we stay woke.
Yeah, they know who Lord is.
Yeah.
Shout out to YouTube for actually putting the join button so we don't have to do the stream, y'all. This is dope right here.
This is a game changer right here. This is a game changer. I ain't even know you put me up on this. Because I was trying
to definitely got to go over to Lord Litbox TV, because we're going to do the next show on his platform, and y'all got to be ready, because they're not going to send out the notifications if you ain't subscribed.
Yeah, so definitely subscribe and check out some of my other content on there. And yeah, like I got a whole show that I've been putting together. I got I'm gonna start doing documentaries as well too. So I'm working on that, because I want to do documentaries, and just like real helpful documentaries that help us just create understanding. I think that's very important, because once we just need some self-control out here. Once we get some self-control, we'll be all right. That's the greatest gift you can give yourself, people, the gift of self-control. Control yourself.
Buddy in the blue shirt channel is this Lord Akim, and this is on Litbox TV. Litbox TV is where y'all go. And y'all definitely your IG is what, Lord?
Litbox TV, same thing. Litbox TV. Litbox TV on YouTube. Litbox TV on Instagram. So yeah, if y'all I just want more people to really get this law book, because it's a game changer. Like I'm gonna give y'all a quick jewel, right? That I learned from the law book, that I didn't realize this. And this is for all the people that let me just talk about child support real quick, right? For all the people going through child support is voluntary. Like, you volunteered that. You gave your consent. And the way you gave consent, and the reason they got rights over you is because when they sent that first letter and said you must appear in court. Now, let me ask y'all right now, and everybody in the room right now, if I tell you you have to appear in court on Monday, does that mean you have to show up? Like, you physically have to show up? Yes or no? I'm gonna give y'all a second to answer that. Yes or no? If you got a court date for Monday and it says you have to appear, in your mind, do you believe that means you have to show up to court?
In some cases, if you don't show up, they'll start taking child support out of your check.
Yeah, no, listen. No. The thing is, okay, see, I'm seeing yeses. Think about that now. Don't try to be don't overthink it. Just think. If you got a court date and it said you must appear, do you have to show up? Does that mean you have to show up? Okay. Now, an appearance, right? I wish I had my whole system set up so I could show y'all, but an appearance, you can appear in writing. If they, an appearance is like an invitation. It's like you inviting me to let's say a Diddy party. You send me an invitation to a Diddy party, right? Now, we all supposedly know what so goes on at a Diddy party, right? So now, if this is an invitation and I know what's going to go on at that party and I show up, then it's safe to say that I agree to what's going on at that event, or I would have never showed up unless I didn't really know what was going on. But if I tell you, you have to show up because I'm going to put you on child support and you disagree with that, then why would you show up in the flesh? See, there's a difference from an appearance and a special appearance. It gets really deep, but that first court date is the most important court date because that's the one when you're supposed to assert your rights. And if you don't assert your rights, then you have none. And once you sign that contract, it's hard to assert your rights after that because you already caught up in the system. So it don't really even matter. But an appearance can be in writing. You can write the court on that first on any court date. Even in a lawsuit, if they say you got to come to court, you can write a letter. You can write a letter to the court. You can file what's called the answer, or you can file a motion, because anything you file is considered an appearance. So, that child support stuff, like, it's designed to turn men into hustlers, to street dudes. That's what it's designed. That's what it's designed to do. Because especially when you get caught up when it's young, at a young age, the arraignment, none of that. See, a criminal trial, a criminal case is different from a child support case. There's only two reasons you should be in court. Criminal is if there's a victim. Civil is if there's a contract involved or a breach of contract. That's the only two reasons. Now, in arraignment in criminal court, if you schedule for an arraignment and it's a crime, then that means somebody's accusing you of something. You have to show up physically, okay? Because you have to plead, and your flesh and person has to appear. But in civil matters, your attorney can appear for you, or you can appear in writing. It's the same thing. It gets kind of deep, but that's why I want y'all to have the Black Laws Dictionary, so y'all can understand terminologies like this and understand what it means, because it's not what you think it means. Like even the word understand, when they say, do you understand? It's not, do you hear what I'm saying? It's, do you agree? So whenever they ask you in court, do you understand? And you say, yes, I understand, then you just agree to whatever they say. And that's why you're wondering, because contracts are written, implied, or oral. So if I say something to you and you say yes, and I say, do you understand? And you say, yes, I understand, then you just agree to what I said. So never in court, never say you understand something you don't agree with. Just always remember that. If you don't agree with it, then you don't understand. That's all it means. Because if you don't agree with something and you say you understand, then that means you agree with it. But that's another, that's another monster to tackle. That's another dinosaur to tackle. But like, I could put y'all up on some stuff. And it's crazy that I could help people get out of stuff that I wasn't smart enough to get out of when I was younger. And that's what it's about. My son will never go through what I went through with the court system. He'll never go through it. He'll never go through it. Because he has me. My son will never go through the child support system the way I got dragged through the child support system for a kid that wasn't even mine. It'll never happen to him, because so I want to give y'all this information so certain things will never happen to the people you care about.
Damn, you said for a kid that wasn't even yours?
A kid that wasn't even mine. Because if you sign acknowledgement of paternity, it don't matter. They're going to put you on child support whether the kid is yours or not. So
yeah, you know what? My cousin Troy, he was the first one to actually beat New York because he put his name on the birth certificate, and he come to find out he took a DNA test that the kid wasn't his. So he had to appeal. He appealed them like 3 times. The third time, he the first one, and he's in the books. He beat them.
Yeah.
because they
No,
wasn't trying to hear it.
no, but see, my thing is when you young, this is the thing. When I was young and hustling and in the streets, so I didn't care. I knew they couldn't touch my money, they couldn't do nothing to me. You understand what I'm saying? So I wasn't thinking about it. It's only when I got older as a grown man and transitioned from the streets and said, okay, now hold on, now I want to like get my ducks in order, and I started trying to get my life together, and it's all these hurdles and things I got, these roadblocks and stuff that I got to go through now. So now I'm like, hold up, let me straighten this out. But the kid is in his 20s now, so it's harder to do it when the child is that age. Like you can't wait. Like if you going through this child support stuff, get on it now. Do not sit back waiting. It's not gonna go away. There's no magic wand that's gonna wave and make it go away. You have to petition the courts. And I know how to petition. I know how to help you write the petitions, you know. And that's what I want to help people do because it'll ruin your life. And a lot of these young kids, they having babies at 17, like 18, 19, 20. And then, you know, you got child support, and then 3 years later, you 23 or something, you're trying to get your life together, but you in arrears. So now you're starting from a place of far behind. And they don't care. You know, and a lot of times you go to jail and they supposed to stop it, they don't even stop it. So it's a lot of things that go on with child support, and it's just tearing families up.
So you saying that you know how to petition them to where that if they have let's say they owe 50,000 in child support, you could pretty much petition them to where that'll go away.
I mean, it depends on the circumstances. I'm not going to just say it. I could just make it. It really depends on each circumstance is different. But if you in a situation where you sign the acknowledgement of paternity, it's just more of an uphill battle, you know, because then they didn't get the default judgment. You contracted with them. Signing those papers is a contract. So you contracted with them, which gives them the right to make you the obligor. So now you obligated to pay the child support because you signed up for it. And if you don't pay, now that's a breach of contract, and that's how they could come at you and start garnishing your check and taking your tax returns and doing all that other stuff and taking your license and taking your passport and stuff like that. You know, like all that happened to me. You know, like all that stuff happened to me. So I learned through like real trial and error. So I know how to teach people how to prevent a lot of that stuff because it's it's easier to avoid it than to get out of it once you in it. That's my point. Child support is very easy to avoid. But once you get trapped in there, because think about it. Think about this. The child support system, for every dollar that they tell you to pay, they make 66 cents. They get 66 cents from the federal government. So imagine if you had a business that every time you told somebody to pay $10, you made $6.66. Wouldn't you be trying to get people to pay more money?
Absolutely.
Okay, then. So that's how it goes. So it don't go directly to the judge, but their paychecks and their bonuses and all of their pensions and all of that, it comes from that pool of money. So they incentivize to make people pay. You understand? And give you a hard time to get out of it because they get a lot of money from the child support. So when you know that, it's just a business. So you got to just learn how to conduct your business. You know? So that's it. But
International
I'm good.
5 TV, great live, stay woke. Go get the book, Massive Weapons of Destruction, Sean, the nigga, the disease that killing the Black America.
What's that? Somebody just wrote that?
Well, actually, it was a super chat. Yeah, so you know, it is what it is. We ain't gonna hold Lord up all night. You know what I mean?
I would say it's past my bedtime, but it's really not. These are my hours. These are my hours. I sleep in the day. I come out at night. Freaks come out at night.
Chapo Esco, add me. I need a understanding of this situation because I went and is still going through it. Yeah, a lot of people going through it with child support.
Yo, what is that? Chapo Esco? Just hit me on inbox me on Litbox on Instagram, and I get with you, and you know we chop it up. We get on the phone and when we talk about it, because believe me, I know what you're going through, and it's tough. It's stressful. It's so many things. It's annoying. It's an inconvenience. It's depressing. You know, like I really, really know what you're going through from experience. So yeah, tap in with me and let's go. Like this is what I do. I love to do this. Like, you know, like I'll tell you exactly what to do. Like I don't charge people to tell them what to do. I charge you if you want me to do it for you. You understand what I'm saying? But if you want me to tell you what to do and point you in the right direction, I'll do that all day. As many people come, I'll tell you all day. But if you want me to do it, then you know we got to talk about it based on the situation. But I'll tell you exactly what needs to be done with no hesitation. I'll tell you where to go get everything, what to do, how to file it, everything. You
See,
understand?
here's
Off
the
the
key,
strength.
man. If you know, because some of the females out there ain't grimy, they on welfare. If you know that you don't have a job or she's gonna be on welfare, do not sign that birth certificate. Do not sign that birth certificate if she's on welfare. Because the female don't always sit up there and say, yo, I'm gonna take you to court. It don't be her fault.
No,
She's
it's not her fault.
struggling, you struggling, and the system want their money.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line to that. They want their money. Don't put your John Hancock on that birth certificate.
Yeah, but see, back in the days, with my mother, when women didn't sign the birth certificate, they still got the benefits. Nowadays, they're not trying to give them the benefits. If they got to have somebody to take down, they have to have somebody to take down because that's how they make their money. We giving her these benefits so we could tell somebody that they got to pay X amount so we can make 66% of whatever amount we gave them from the federal government. That's how they make their money. You understand?
She said,
So
how about not sleeping with them? Well, you know what? As I became a
shit
man
happens.
with understanding the things I did yesterday, I wouldn't do today. If I know I can't provide for a kid, I'm definitely gonna make sure I don't get her pregnant. Because the worst thing that we can do, and I didn't understand this when I was younger, but the reason why the hood is so messed up is because a lot of dudes is not providing and being men in their children's lives. Men are like, first and foremost, women is in position where they set up with welfare. They got Section 8. So now a female tell a dude in a minute, you can get out.
Mm-hmm.
And a dude is going to be like, all right, I'm out. And in the mix of that, that causes problems. So now you like when a man's up and you in position to be the provider, a woman can't talk to you like that. She has to obey and respect the rules that you lay down. But when the system is daddy, and she ain't gotta tolerate you, or she ain't gotta hear nothing that you gotta say because she's actually providing the roof, she's not gonna respect you. So for me, I know that having sex in the black community has become a weapon of mass destruction because dudes is not in position to provide for their kids. And as soon as a female gets sassy, a nigga gonna say F you and that kid, and he's out. And now the kid becomes the casualty of war. He grows up angry, bitter, because he's missing something out of his life. And then you females sit up there talking about, oh, you know, my child don't need a father. Yes, he does. That
Listen,
child not only needs its father, but that child needs the grandmother, it needs the uncle, it needs the aunt, it needs the village.
yo, Haas, before we get out of here, just imagine how women how these mothers would have to talk to the fathers if they knew 100% certain that no help was coming from the government.
They're gonna act like they at work, kissing the boss ass.
Thank you.
Bringing a nigga coffee.
Thank you. Because see, the only reason these women are allowed, and I'm talking about the women who don't have it together. The only reason they're allowed to talk crazy and act crazy and talk crazy to a man is because there's a system in place that allows them to do that, that incentivizes them to do that. Okay? And if they weren't allowed to do that, then the conversation would be completely different. And I tell any woman, always talk to the father of your children like if he didn't help you, it wouldn't come from nowhere else. And when you deal with him like that, you'll deal with him with a certain type of respect. And a lot of times, disrespect overrides everything. Okay? Overrides everything. A respectful conversation is key to resolving any situation. So just always remember that, because when you talking crazy, like, and that goes for the fellas too. Don't be out here talking crazy to the mother of your children. Like, talk to create understanding and resolve the issue, and try to not involve these other people that benefit from your chaos. Because that's why when it's a domestic dispute, they want to give somebody an order of protection and a restraining order and tell y'all to stay away from each other, because it ain't no money for them if y'all resolve it on your own. So
that's the sad part about it.
We got to resolve our issues on our own. That's very important. That's extremely important that we figure things out on our own. So that means men have to man up and figure out how to take responsibility. You don't want that woman running to the system, then you gotta help fill in the blanks. That's just the truth of the matter, you know? So that's it, you know? I mean, if you make her your wife legally, that's even a bigger hole to crawl out of if things go wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that wife stuff, it sound nice and good. Yeah, she your wife and she get pregnant by another man. Guess what? You responsible for that baby because that's your wife. You understand what I'm saying? So it's don't be so quick to marriage. Like, and if you do get married, because I was talking to my nephew about this, it's just like, I don't know why we think their water is wetter than our water. We got to snap out of that. Their water is not wetter than our water. Their contracts are not better than our contracts. We can make our own marriage contracts that stand up in law. A contract is a contract. A contract is a contract. You don't have to sign your relationship over to the government. You don't have to do that.
Right.
If you got a trust, if you set up a trust or a will, then whatever you gonna leave to somebody is gonna be theirs regardless, whether you married or not. Okay, so we gotta stop thinking that they water is wetter or they fire is hotter, because we always run into them like their way is better. Like, you know,
it's a trap.
Yeah,
it's a trap.
Yeah, like, their way is not better. Our way is better. We know how to deal with each other. And we have to just be reasonable. Fellas, you gotta be reasonable. You can't be irrational. You can't be emotional about it, because that's just gonna mess everything up. Anyway, and there's already once two people get emotional, fuck you, somebody, fuck you. And then now it don't even matter what the underlying issue is anymore. You know? So, I just be really wanting us to get it together. I really be busting my brain on, like, yo, how the hell can we just get it together? Because, like, I want my daughter I want there to be good people out here for my kids. I want a good woman for my son. My son got a good woman, so let me not even say that right now, because for his girl be all mad at me like she ain't good. Like, nah, I love my son's girlfriend, and You know, I want my daughter to have a husband, a nice family, and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be involved. I want to be involved. I believe in all of that. I'm in my kids' business. I'm staying in their business. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, so but that's it, man. You good?
It is what it is, boy.
Yeah,
We
I
had fun with
appreciate you,
y'all.
bro.
So y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all go over to Litbox TV. Make sure y'all go over to Instagram, Litbox TV. If God wills, tomorrow's another day. Stay tuned, y'all. You got anything to say to them, Lord?
The revolution will not be televised because the revolution is individualized. The problem is never more important than the solution. I am the revolution. That's it. We are the revolution. You are the revolution. We ain't waiting for no saviors. We saving ourselves out here. That's what we doing. Litbox TV, learning it together based off experience. Tap in, get the book. And let's exchange information. Let's learn from each other. Let's teach each other what we've been doing that's been working. And so it could work. So it could work for you. If it worked for me, I'm gonna teach you how to make it work for you. That's it. That's it. I'm
Peace
gonna
and
leave it
love
at
to
that.
everybody in the building. It's been fun. We out.
Peace, love.